I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. And welcome to the Knicks, the premier Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Let's get this party started. Andrew College is in the building. Mega is in the building. Big Dilf is in the building. What's happening? What's good? D Block in the building. What's good? What's good, y'all? Yo. Man, I've been having conversations all day with Knicks Nation. Sherwin, what's good? I've been having conversations with Knicks fans all day. Shot Legacy is in the building. And I think Knicks fans, for the most part, no disrespect, are all over the place with how they feel about the Knicks right now. Right? So we have a game today in Atlanta. Right? But Knicks fans seem to be all over the place about how they feel about the Knicks at this moment. Right? Sherman says 72 games to go. We must win 55 of those for our 60 wins. That is not happening in this reality. Relax, Sherwin. Relax. Relax, bro. Relax. You saying the Knicks can't go 55-17 the rest of the way, or 55-12, whatever it is, 55-17. Yeah, whatever. Knicks fans are all over the place. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a negative way. When I say all over the place, what it means is Knicks fans don't know how to feel about certain situations. Quiet Money is in the building. Keith Turner, what's good? Keith Turner took time out from saving the world to join us. That's our brother. Salute, Keith Turner. Salute, Brooklyn's finest, Quiet Money. So I know Knicks fans don't know how to feel about where this team is. What I'm gonna say is there are a lot of things going right now that's under the radar, and there are a lot of things that are going wrong that's absolutely on the radar. And human nature seems to be when things go wrong, we panic. When things go right, we take it in stride. Right. So it's got us at a place where the things that the Knicks are doing right are going under the radar. Give an example of things going right. Jalen Brunson's 3-point percentage right now through 10 games is Klay Thompson-esque. And for the mere fact that I said that just now sounds beyond crazy. Right? The fact that I said that just now sounds beyond crazy, and I know. I know it does, right? To compare Jalen Brunson's 3-point shooting with Klay Thompson, and I mean, and I mean Jalen Brunson as a Knick. Jalen Brunson as a Knick. To compare his 3-point shooting as a Knick to Klay Thompson is beyond weird. Right? But I'm going to pull up I'm looking for his 3-point numbers. I want to tell you what they are as a Knick. Jalen Brunson's 3-point shooting as a Dallas Maverick is about 37%. Jalen Brunson's 3-point shooting as a Knick is 42%. And yes, on more attempts. Jalen Brunson shooting the ball as a Knick is about 42% for his career as a Knick. Right? That's almost in that Steph Curry, Klay Thompson range. That is bizarre. Yo, look who snuck in here. Yo, my brother, my older, more handsomer brother, Kerry Cox, the son of the legend, is in the building. Salute, Kerry Cox. I'm glad you're here keeping us company, bro. Appreciate you being here rocking with me. Appreciate you, because I know I'm running late. I'm doing the November 14th show on November 15th. And I apologize about being late, but without getting too much into it, nature was calling. Let me just put it that way. I'm just gonna leave it at that, and then hope y'all understand why I don't want to dispense too much information. Allah Wines is in the building. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. The Knicks are struggling in some areas, but at the same time, they are excelling at other areas. And as Knicks fans, we don't know how to handle know how to handle all of this. Peace, peace, peace. Salute. So if you're a Knicks fan and you look at the 5-5 record through 10 games, immediately you would think we're probably a ham sandwich as a team, right? Like, we're middle of the pack. We're not a great team. We're not a bad team. We're mid. We're a ham sandwich, right? Not really. Not really. I'm going to get to scheduling and all of that stuff. I'm going to make 1,000 excuses for why I think the Knicks are still a 60-win team. I'm going to do that a little bit later. IKBM Dre says he only takes 5 threes a game. Steph takes 13. Right. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. Virtuoso is in the building. But the point to that is the point that I'm making is where Steph Curry is a born 3-point shooter, Jalen Brunson is not. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson for his career. Let me find his career. I'm looking for a specific thing. I'm just going to throw out a specific thing. Jalen Brunson as a Dallas Maverick, shot 37.3% from 3 as a Dallas Maverick. As a New York Knick, Jalen Brunson shoots 41.9% as a New York Knick. As a Dallas Maverick, Jalen Brunson shot 2.7 threes per game. As a New York Knick, he shoots 4.9. One of those things that I say on the radar, hey, Pastor J is in the building. What's good, man? Anthony D is in the building. What's good? Felipe 210 is in the building. Okay. All right, let me do this here real quick. Anthony D, hold on. There we go. So this team, there are some things that are obvious and glaring for this team, and I think it disappoints some of you guys. But what I'm getting at is there are other things that are happening that I think we should pay attention to. Right? Some things that are happening that I think we should pay attention to. Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezie. Yo.
Salute, Freezie. Salute, AD. Salute to the chat.
Salute. I don't think I've ever arrived at the same time with the godson of worldwide L's.
I'm very well connected.
Well connected. That's a rivalry.
Yeah, man.
Freezie, what's good, killer?
Bro, if that's not the smoothest intro in the game.
I don't know.
But you know what, though? Man. So I was telling my cousin yesterday, bro. He just talking, just shooting the breeze. I was like, bro, do you know how smooth you have to be to not require a chaser? Do you know how smooth you have to be to not require a chaser, bro?
You gotta be hella smooth.
You got to be the smoothest thing going, bro.
You gotta be hella smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You so smooth, you don't require a chaser. Yeah, man.
What's good tonight? Where we at? What are we killing Brunson?
Nah, we killing Josh Hart. That's what
we killing Hart.
So I gotta say, man, where I think the Knicks fans are in the an uncertain place to be, where there are great things happening that are kind of being overshadowed by a bunch of negative things happening that are on the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people be like, give me the good news or the bad news, and people like, give me the bad news first. I think that's where we are. There are a lot of good things happening. I just think, man, there are so much things that are unfortunate that we pay attention to the bad stuff first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the fact that at this moment, RJ Barrett is shooting 50% from three is ridiculous. Or it was 50%. I don't know what the number is now.
It's 50 right now. He's 20 for 40. Then he got the migraine.
That's crazy.
I mean, he found his stroke. I think for me, because I was really looking at that Boston game the other night, and they were really playing a well-played game on both sides for both teams. It was a good game. But what's glaring to me, when Boston can throw their size in the backcourt at them, they're a small team. You know, they're a small team, and they're a team without. I'm watching, you know, Tibbs in some of these moments, and I'm like, dude, you know, you could run something a little bit different, you know, with your, with your off guard, you know, and how you attack. You're so basic with it. You're so predictable. In some of your moments, it's like if Brunson can't get it, or if Randall can't get it in like a one-on-one type of thing, you know, you're not gonna get it. That's not sustainable to win.
So AD, you said 4 things there, right? So you said 4. You
Yeah.
made 4 excellent points, right? Right. For one, the roster is built different than most teams. 2, Tom Thibodeau got outcoached against Boston. 3, Boston made adjustments and the Knicks didn't. Right. And 4, when Quentin Grimes was hot, you didn't make an adjustment to start getting him the ball. That's
or
what
even
I got.
putting him in the game. Like,
right.
you just left him to rot with a lineup that historically hasn't worked.
Tom Thibodeau got outcoached against Boston.
But I'm also not going to leave out the fact, again, just to the short point, they had nobody for Tatum.
Who does though?
No, but we're just talking about with the Knicks, right? And those step backs that he hit against the Knicks, one was against Mitch, so that's not a size thing. But the other 2 were against guys that are like half his size.
6'4" guards, man.
6'4" guards.
Right.
They're throwing 6'9", you know, who's really a 3 but can masquerade as a 4, and you can't do nothing with him.
Their backcourt is like 6'4" clones of each other. 6'5" clones of each other, but they're more skilled than our guards. Like if you're talking about Drew Holiday and Derek White, like you don't have an issue with them guarding bigger guys because they're strong and they have length.
And they're athletic.
Yeah, they're athletic and they're very high IQ.
Right.
So it's like for instance, every time Randall went against Drew Holiday,
and they're experienced.
Very experienced
piece.
Like when we watch Randall like attack Drew Holiday over the last 2 games, Drew Holiday probably stripped him maybe 4 or 5 times after he makes his move.
But
like our guards don't really even like.
But it's where Randall, like, look at where Randall is attacking him from.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And
he's on like the elbows.
Yeah, he's on like he's past the elbow.
He's in the low block.
He's not even getting to the low block. He's past the elbow. You know, you're not at 6'9", you trying to post somebody that's past the elbow. You're not at the advantage point at that point in time. You're really not. Because the referee's only going to allow you but so much bang. They may give you 2 bangs. They're not going to give you 3 and 4 to where you eventually knock your defender over.
So what are we talking about then?
So from that point, I'm saying
we had Obi last year. Could Obi guard Jason Tatum?
No.
So size doesn't matter.
Well,
at
some points, size does. At some points, Freezie, size does matter.
Okay.
At sometimes size does matter, especially when the opposite team is across the board bigger than you.
Okay. I was gonna say so it's not an isolated. It's not an isolated Jason Tatum thing. It's the roster is short thing.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
The only guy that we had that even gives Jason Tatum a little bit of issue is RJ because Jason Tatum historically hasn't shot well against RJ
Right.
for whatever reason. Maybe because they have the same trainer. Maybe he has some sort of, I guess, bird's
Maybe
eye view.
it's a Duke small forward thing.
Yeah, but historically, outside of RJ, he roasts everyone that guards him, and he'll probably roast RJ too. It might be just a matter of him missing, but everyone else, at least with RJ, he has strength on his side because Tatum is not gonna blow right by you, so he's gonna try to back you up, get to his spot, and then shoot over you. At least with RJ, he's a little bit longer, and RJ has a 7 foot wingspan, so he can body him up. But when we talking about a player that's borderline top five at some point, if you throwing 6'4", 6'5" guys on him, even 6'6" guys, it's not gonna matter. Like when Tatum got to the finals, he was getting checked by Wiggins, and Wiggins is what, a 6'8" hyper athlete,
Right.
and that's really the reason that it made him uncomfortable because everything he put up was contested, heavily contested, and he could never just get around Wiggins because Wiggins was faster than him. There were you have to pose challenges to guys like that, like physical challenges. Mental aside where you throw different coverages, yeah, that matters. But ultimately, when you get down to like when you get down to brass tacks, it's like, what do you have that can combat this issue that's being posed? 6'10" sniper,
Right.
like,
So for one, let's just man, Andrew Wiggins was the number 1 pick in the draft, bro.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's just not like,
you
and
don't get those
I
types
don't
of
want to make
athletes
it.
everywhere.
Yeah, I just want to. Nobody is gonna stop Jason Tatum. He's top 5 player in the NBA, right? And we're not just gonna grab a Kelly Oubre out of free agency and have him stop Jason Tatum. It's not happening.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I get where everybody is going with it. I mean, I got like 14, 15 telephone calls a day with people telling me that the Knicks are too small, right? People like, oh, the Knicks are too small. Uncle Freezie, the Knicks are too small. And all I can say is the Knicks are not gonna play the Celtics every night, for one.
Oh, you couldn't
Right?
wait to throw that in there. Oh,
Yeah, the Knicks are not gonna play the Celtics every night, right?
oh
And
my
and and
God.
and two, and two, you're not gonna just go get a guy out of free agency that's gonna stop Jason Tatum. You're not gonna go get a guy that's gonna stop Joel Embiid. You're not just gonna go get a guy that's gonna stop Giannis. Because if there was a guy out there that could just stop those guys, every team in the NBA would be trying to get him, including the team that has the guy that needs to be stopped.
But I think you're looking at it a little wrong from what I'm saying. At least I don't want to speak for Dre.
Mm.
That in team construction, Freezy, you know, you're not gonna get guys to stop guys or whatever. I get that, but you have to be able to throw something different at, if not the star player, then the less than star player who's also 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". And your best defensive players are 6'5" at best.
With sneakers on.
With
I
sneakers
understand
on.
that. I understand that.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you at some point, height and athleticism does matter. I'm not saying to necessarily stop. You know, I'm never going into any game thinking I'm going to stop the star player. But at somewhere along the line, you have to be able to pick and choose where you're going to be able to affect the game defensively. And who is it? You see what I'm saying? And if all of your guys just look at them, they lost 6'9" Obi and added 6'4" DiVincenzo.
Right.
That's just pure math. That's 5 inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of about the same minutes, but then again, DiVincenzo is going to play more minutes than Obi.
Yeah, because Obi wasn't good. Are we saying Obi could play defense?
No. What I'm saying is DiVincenzo is going to play more minutes than Obi.
No. I'm
Just
trying to
in
equate
general.
because I think we're equating height with defense.
But you lose athleticism.
But
You
how do you defend?
lost a lot of athleticism with
But
Obi.
so okay, so if Obi would have been on Jason Tatum, the result would have been different.
Not necessarily, Freezy, but you can't
No, he
teach.
would have.
You can't
That dude
teach
would have went off.
height.
But that dude would have scored 70.
Yeah, but you can't teach height, Freezy.
We need to tell Obi that.
He's not here anymore. Not our problem.
Yeah, because he's Kenny Skywalker.
Oh Lord, I'm not gonna go there with you, Freezy.
Yeah,
I think you got to think about 6'9" light skinned guys. I think
nah,
that's what
man.
it is.
You know, bro. The thing is I would agree with you, bro, except on one hand, and I'll pick on what Dre said just because Dre said it, right? And since he here, I'm gonna say it to it why he here. Dre pointed out the fact that Boston had numerous guys 6'4", 6'5" that was switchable and could guard multiple positions. But our guys are 6'4", 6'5" and can't guard multiple positions. Did he not just point out Drew Holiday?
But this is where the switchability.
We don't have a Drew Holiday.
But hold on, this is where the switchability matters because they're being flanked by 6'6" hyper athletes in Jalen Brown, 6'7" hyper athletes in Jalen Brown, and a 6'10" mobile athlete in Tatum and Kristaps. We all know who he is. So when we talk about like switchability, they're switching with that. When we switch, we got Jalen Brunson on an island. When we switch, we got Julius Randle on an island, and he's not really. Well, he's shown some individual one-on-one good defense at times, but if we're talking from a team concept, he's just not that guy in terms of a switching defense.
So
that it's harder. They're on a string.
That would be the point
not.
that I would. That would be the point that I would be interested in speaking to, in my opinion, as opposed to just saying that the Knicks are just small. We run midgets out there, right? If we're saying because
But
being
Freezy,
short,
they do. Look what
being short doesn't mean you're a bad defender. Javon Carter and Chris Paul are good defenders.
Yeah, but in certain places, look what's the wing for Boston? What's Boston's wings?
I was gonna say like I think the point you're missing, Freezy, is those wings will fit next to Boston stars because their stars are already big, rangy wings. Our stars are not those types of players. So you have to compensate.
Yeah.
You have to compensate for a Jalen Brunson. They don't have a Jalen Brunson on that team they have to compensate for. Their stars are already two-way players.
Right.
I saw Brown I saw Brown take Grimes down in the hole a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I felt bad for Grimes.
Right. But
it was like a man versus a boy.
Right. And so my point is I agree with y'all on certain things. I don't think it's just flat out height. Right. What's the name? Brown took Grounds down there off of strength and athleticism. Right? Strength and athleticism. He was strong and quick and dexterous enough to beat Grimes, who's not an elite athlete like Brown. Right? That's what I'm getting at. Like just to say that we're short, and I think short. Saying that the Knicks are short is just a bad excuse for certain guys on a team being terrible defensively, right? Because if Jalen Brunson's defense was league average, if Julius Randle was locked in defensively all the time, I don't even think we'll be having this conversation.
But their numbers defensively are good.
But if you make those ifs, you have to be able to figure out a reason or way to compensate for their shortcomings. And the guys that we have are really good defenders. And like you said, we don't play the Celtics every night. But when we talking about trying to win a title or go multiple rounds in the playoffs, you're going to run into those one or two teams that have those advantages that we can't combat with just schematics.
Right, because Boston's the best team in the NBA right now. Right, regardless of what records say, Boston's the best team in the NBA right now.
I'll throw the Nuggets out there if they're healthy.
Yeah,
thought
and the
Nuggets.
reason why I say
Definitely
them
Nuggets.
over the Nuggets is because when you look at league stats in terms of team defense, team offense, rebounding, field goal percentage, every list you look at, Boston is somewhere in the top 7. Denver is not. Denver is in the top 7 in certain stuff, and then they disappear in other stuff.
Sample size.
Yeah,
Simple.
oh,
Very simple.
oh my god.
Very simple. Very
Oh
simple,
my god.
Freezie.
Okay, so
But
okay,
no.
well,
I'm not.
the Knicks are the best team in the league, bro.
No,
If we're gonna throw out samples, if we're gonna throw out what we've seen through 10 games, the Knicks are the best team in the league.
No.
hell no.
No, this hype conversation y'all having don't mean diddly poo because of sample size.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, what y'all saying don't mean nothing
That's
because
fair.
of sample size. All that stuff y'all said
That's fair.
is
But we
subjective
can
because of
but we
sample
can
size.
but we can speak to what we had last year.
But let me say this,
The only
Freezie.
difference is Dante.
We didn't
In
have
Well,
terms
let
of
me-
roster
last
construction.
year. We had Obi Toppin last year. That's
Yeah,
what
but
Outside of that, that's one player for you.
Right, but that's
one
only
player
one-
out of your
only one
rotation,
player
being
left
a
the
role player is
rotation.
not going to take you from.
only one play. Dre, only one player left the rotation. That was Obi.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
and I'm
we-
saying that's not going to change your outlook that drastically when that one player is a role player.
It is when you guys make the argument about height.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Freezie. Here's the thing, right? With what you're saying, that this being the sample size and it doesn't matter. You can't sprinkle magical dust on them and they're gonna grow.
It's not Chia Pet.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
Chia.
It's not. They would have to fix this problem.
But AD, either it's a problem or it's not. Because if you
It
say
is a problem.
if you say sample
It
size,
is a problem.
but AD, if you say sample size, then it's not a problem because
It
there's
will-
not enough data to support it.
No, Freezie, it will be a problem in the playoffs.
We don't
It will-
know that.
It will, no, it
You don't
will-
even know
it
if Boston
will be
sample
a problem
size-
in the playoffs.
Sample size, bro. You don't even know if Boston gonna make the playoffs.
Oh dear God, Freezie.
Sample
Okay,
size.
is that where we're going now? Is that
Sample
where
size.
you see what
Y'all
I'm
said
saying,
sample
Dre?
size.
You see what I'm saying, Dre? You know,
Yeah,
give
but y'all said-
give
did
a
you-
man a ledge and he will absolutely find his way to the end of it.
Bro, that's what I'm saying is if we say sample size, and to as a cure-all for an issue, then you have to use sample size. You can't be hypocritical.
Oh my God.
You can't be
But-
like,
but when I
I'll
say-
do some stuff, but on other stuff, I'm going to say sample size.
So Boston is not making the playoffs in your opinion, Freezie?
Sample size.
But
in the
when you
sample
use
size
the
that you've seen,
Nuggets,
they're
but when
not
you
making
use
the playoffs.
but when you use the
Sample
Nuggets,
size. Not you, Dre. I'm talking about AD.
You're a madman.
No, Dre. What were you gonna say?
I've already seen them do it for years. My bad, my mic was muted.
Okay.
Like
okay.
in terms of the Nuggets, so I've already seen them do it for years, and then them winning a title. So I mean, what their blueprint is, they don't have to be this top tier defense. They just have to be solid with that offense. And if you look at that offense, Aaron Gordon might give us 20 on like 8 for 9 shooting when we played him, because we just have no body for that for that particular style of like that type of player. And like you said, Freezie, you don't play these teams every night.
No,
play
we don't-
them.
we don't-
Play them.
I've already seen Boston get to the Eastern Conference Finals every year for the past 6 years. That's a big sample size. That's the whole pie.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
The Knicks, you cannot compare. When we're saying sample size, we're talking about our team, Freezie, and allow us the latitude. Allow us the latitude to fix and shape. And this, you see what I'm saying? We haven't seen anything with this team. Allow us the latitude to say, you know what? We need height.
Right.
We do. We
And-
need height.
But AD, if that's the case, if you want to use historical data and facts, which I agree with you, you should. I think that's a very smart way of stating that you gotta give Boston some credit for what they've done in the past. Where we diverge though is not giving Tom Thibodeau credit for being a great defensive mind.
It's not his defensive mind that I'm worried about. It's not his defensive mind
Bro,
that I'm
the
worried.
Knicks
It weren't his as bad as his defensive game plan initially with Miami. It wasn't the defense that lost us that series. It was the offense.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about will the guys play sound defense for the most part. Yeah,
So
I'll
why
give
are we
them
talking
that.
about Jason Tatum scoring then?
Because Freezie, at some point in time, defense does play a role.
Right. Defense plays a role all game.
Does play, yeah.
All game, bro. Basketball is played on two sides of the court.
Yeah, but yeah. Not everybody plays two-way defense all game, and you're not gonna stop it. You're not gonna stop players from scoring. They don't allow that. That's not what the game is built on. The game is not built on defense.
Right.
What we look for in a defensive player, let's just keep it a buck. What we look for in any defensive player is someone that is in the picture of the highlight.
Okay.
So at least
whether it's a dunk or three,
whether it's a dunk or three, because why? It's effort.
AD, I get what you're saying. What I want to speak to about the Boston game is the defense was fine. Jason Tatum is gonna get his, right? It don't matter who you play. We play Atlanta tonight. Somebody from Atlanta that averages 20 or 18 are going to get their 20 or 18, whatever it is, right? Against Boston, what failed us is when Randall went off the floor, the Knicks couldn't score. When Brunson was off the floor, the Knicks couldn't score. That's it in a nutshell, bro.
But even when they were on the floor, Freezie,
it was
like
a struggle.
I said, like I said, there were moments in the game, and I know Dre saw this. Remember right after Hart gets the ball in the corner and he bounces it off the defender and he drills the three?
Right.
From that moment on, the man had like five or six of the most dumbest negative plays. Like,
but
literally.
AD, that play where he hit the three, that was a dumb play too, because he was in the corner and he jumped in the air to pass.
Right.
And then he just threw it off the guy because he had nowhere to go with the ball.
Because he had nowhere to go with the ball. And the defender had turned his back.
Yeah, he shot the ball because the defender felt the ball go off his back, and the defender was trying to figure out what was going on, and he just shot the three.
But right there in that moment, Freezie, to what I'm trying to get to is, here is Hart, because RJ is not there, being overused in moments of when you really need an offensive force. And this another offensive force that could get those shots at that moment. And that's where this management has really failed this team. See what I'm saying? Because you got Hart in moments and positions where that's not for him. It really isn't. It's not for him to take some of those big shots.
Time, bro. He is our Andre Iguodala.
No.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. That's what they signed him to be.
No.
Freezie, I'll say this.
Bro.
No.
He's a good player, but you get diminished returns when you play more than 25 minutes. You just open yourself up to teams exploiting what he can't do instead of him being used for what he does give us. But after a certain point, when you go 25 minutes, when you go past 25 minutes, teams are just like ignoring him or just letting him be. I guess he's just nebulous to whatever other teams want or whatever other teams are doing. he doesn't really have the impact when you play him beyond 25
Are we
minutes. Now in
entering
those 20 minutes, he's good, but after
are
that,
we entering the bash Josh Hart hour?
no,
Is this the
no.
hour of the show where
Well,
we just bash
That
Josh Hart
I don't. Is that
mercilessly?
bashing? I don't think that's bashing.
well, Dre doesn't need a particular time to.
To bash
But
Josh Hart?
I'm saying,
let
AD,
go
you
to
think
Arsenal.
you think what I said was bashing?
No, not at all. But
Okay.
you would be well within your rights in this Boston game because, like you said, he was just in it a bit too long, but they needed him. See, that's the thing. They've put him in a position of need in areas of times where his skill set is not going to be able to bear fruit.
AD,
Like I'm
AD,
gonna say this, like
we can't
my
complain
fault.
about it, bro, because when you sign Jalen Brunson, this is all the stuff that you signed up for.
No,
all of it.
I'm fine with it, but
You got an
what
assistant coach that shouldn't even be in the NBA.
Oh,
He was coaching high school.
Stop it. Stop it.
The dude was coaching AD. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is not me this is not conjecture.
What?
This is not smoke. The dude
What?
legit was coaching high school basketball.
What, we not a package deal?
Yes.
We not a package deal?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So what does it matter if we came from high school or not?
So why are we complaining about Josh Hart?
We're not complaining about Josh Hart. What we're complaining about is that you needed Josh Hart should not be. He should not be the meal. He's not. He should not be the meal. He's the appetizer or he's the dessert. He should not. He should never be the meal.
AD, but we're paying Delmonico prices, bro.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Yes, that man is gonna make $18.5 million a year next year, bro.
That's about where he should be slotted. No, we're not.
You know how much Caruso's making right now?
What?
No, we're not. I'm taking
Caruso making $9 million right now.
Caruso's making half that man money, bro.
And Caruso's all NBA defense.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Caruso got a bad agent.
Oh, no. Josh Hart has a great agent. How about that?
Okay.
Josh Hart has an excellent agent.
No. Josh Hart has an agent for a GM or a president.
Yeah.
That decided to give him that money.
Either or, whatever. He was able to put himself in position and to capitalize off of it.
But, bro, ain't nobody else in the league paying that premium that we pay.
Yeah, and Dante DiVincenzo at 12.5.
Fine, that's perfect.
No,
12.5, I could live with it.
See, Freezie don't even want to give Dante 12.5. What you want to pay Dante? 5?
And I love Dante DiVincenzo, bro.
What you want to pay him? League minimum? What you want to give him? 5?
Whatever the Brunson say. Whatever the Brunson say, pay him. That's the Knicks.
But this is like the thing how I would compare Josh Hart. Like if in the NFL you pay premium for your tackles, and in the NFL you go to the third day and draft a guard.
I think
we overpaid. We paid premium for a guard. We could have just drafted it.
I think we paid premium for a kicker.
I think we're worried about the
kicker
wrong
score,
thing.
Bro.
I think we're worried about the wrong thing.
No, you're not seeing what is. I'm not worried about like the man's money.
No.
Bro. If they were giving him $50 million, okay, but the NBA operates with a salary cap.
You got to maximize what you're doing.
If they gave him $100 million under the table, I don't care. But we're operating with a salary cap, right? And the mere fact that you have a guy like that now, when you want to go get okay, you know what? I'll give up.
You can't say, Freezie, you cannot say before you go on to say when you want to go, they don't want to go nowhere. They don't want it. No, I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow you to say when you want to go. When you want to go, where have they shown you that they want to go?
Going nowhere. They bad
boys
for life.
Nowhere. They bad. Yes.
I'm telling you, bro. That's what it is. But the thing is,
bad boys for life.
Yeah, AD. If you wanted a superstar, sorry.
Okay,
you got Josh Hart.
Okay, that sounds better.
That's what I'm telling AD. AD, it don't matter if you wanted an upgrade at small forward and shooting guard. You got your upgrade. His name is Josh Hart. He's got to deal with it. It's like that. It's like that Christmas. It's like that Christmas when you wanted. You remember the Christmas you wanted the gray and white suede Ralph Sampson Pumas. And you unwrap the gift in this Pro Wings in there with the Velcro straps going across.
Oh no,
that's what you got, bro.
That's really sad.
You remember I remember I told my pops, I was like, Pops, and listen, don't judge me. I used to call my father by his first name. I used to be like, Jim, look here. And my pops would be like, stop calling me Jim, Uncle Freezie. I'd be like, Jim, look here. I want the Marvin Hagler round 2 Pumas. Right? He's like, round 2 Pumas? You talking about for some gym shoes? Yes. And they better be fresh too. I open the box, bro. It's Pro Checks in there. And I look at it and I was like, Jim, what the fuck? Jim, what am I gonna do with these? I can't go outside with these on.
You were hot.
Yes. So for those of y'all that want Brandon Ingram, or if you want Trey Murphy III, if you want Donovan Mitchell, surprise!
I'm not gonna allow you to do that. I'm not gonna allow you to do that. One thing has nothing to do with the other.
Hold on. We asking Leon Rose for McDonald's, and he telling us we got McDonald's at the house.
We got McDonald's at the house.
No. One thing has nothing to do with the other.
Yes, AD.
No, that one thing has nothing to do with the other.
They played the same position, bro.
They've never, but Freezie, management has just never shown you that they were seriously into anything more than a Josh Hart level type of player. See what I'm saying? Like, we forget, here's the thing that we forget. We forget they didn't bring Randall here.
Nope, they sure didn't.
They didn't draft RJ.
Nope, they sure didn't.
Okay? That's 2/3 of your main core.
AD, you know what else? They drafted Obi, and Obi's gone.
For a bag of wings.
And they drafted quickly, and they hadn't paid quickly yet.
And they drafted quickly, and they haven't paid quickly.
Yep. So you know what that mean, right? They're gonna move everything out so for the Brunson takeover. I wish AD listen. It's a Brunson takeover. It's a Brunson takeover, bro. I wish you would understand that.
Yeah, no, of course, dude. I coined it. I started this. I'm the leader of this. I'm the leader of this movement, right? But here's the part of the puzzle that you're missing here. If it's the Brunson takeover, then what does then Brunson then want? You can't tell me that Brunson said, well, Josh Hart is it. We don't need to do anything else. I'm never gonna believe that.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
That would be really far-fetched, Freezie.
Yeah.
He can't be saying, well, this is it. You can't win a championship presently constituted.
Yeah, yes, you can. Because they are changing the culture.
Okay.
Bro, you've seen the Miami Heat make it to the championship game, the NBA Finals with less. When teams tell you they're going all in on culture, you know what I mean?
Miami had two things that we don't have. Miami had the best coach.
Ugly uniforms. Okay.
Well, Miami had the best coach and probably the best coach in the NBA, and Miami Heat has a legit star wing that we haven't had in all my years as a Knicks fan since Bernard King and maybe Melo, Bernard and Melo.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
I think RJ's gonna be good, bro.
But what does good mean? What does good quantify?
It means Jimmy Butler at age 23 is nowhere near where RJ Barrett is right now.
He can't Freezie, he can't give you another Miami series.
Okay. Duly noted.
He just can't.
Duly noted. Right.
As the number 3 overall pick,
Okay.
you know, we turned we turned a blind eye to Atlanta 3 years ago. Okay. He had a good series against Cleveland. Up and down against Miami. And in the final chapter, you know, we got what we got.
Oh wait, he was good against Miami for every game but the last game, which is unfortunate.
Well, that's why I said. Well, that's why I say up and down.
No, you said you can't have a Miami series, is what you said.
Yeah, and that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you can't do the most important game, the elimination game.
Yeah,
he wasn't dominant.
He 10, he hit 90. He hit 90% of his free throws, bro. He was 9 of 10 from the free throw line.
He started out good, and
then he started out good, and then Tibbs took Brunson and Randall off the floor at the same time,
and let
and he wasn't able to carry the show.
Right, him and Grimes, and remember, Quickly was out.
We had a 14-point lead, and that went down to like nothing. In
nothing.
30 seconds.
Thank you, Obi Toppin. Thank you, Obi.
Obi
for
hit those
ruining my life.
Obi hit those 2 threes.
Obi
and not in no game 6.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Obi hit those 2 threes. Obi had stemmed the flow. Obi hit those 2 threes. I think he only took 2 shots, and it was those 2 threes that he hit. Or it was 2 for 3 or something like that. I guarantee that.
Okay.
Obi dropped 27 tonight.
Oh well. Okay.
No, Obi was just, I hate to believe
that was against Philly too, right?
Yeah.
He was just he should have never been drafted by this organization.
No.
We did him a disservice.
We did ourselves a disservice.
I mean, both for a career, but that's what nepotism is about. So,
yeah.
We drafted him solely because we could, and we knew him.
Right.
Yeah. And Julius became Julius, and that was Murder, She Wrote. At that point.
Yeah.
But to get back to the point where AD was saying, like, we need to address the size issue. Granted, it's not going to be as big of an issue every night because we don't play the Celtics every night. But right. You need to have the ability to adjust on the fly. And you need a coach to be like seeing things happening on the court and to be able to adjust to it. Like, I'm not the biggest Mazzulla guy, but he saw what happened last game, and he was not willing to let any of that stuff happen.
He outcoached Tibbs, man. We were talking about roster construction, and roster construction had zero to do with what we saw on Monday night. It was flat out Joe Mazzulla outcoached Tom Thibodeau, period. Right? Tom Thibodeau came out and made an adjustment early in the game, and then Joe Mazzulla went to that 2-2-1 full court trap with spacing, and Tom Thibodeau got Julius Randle bringing the ball up against a trap. Right.
One other thing
that alone would get a JV basketball coach fired.
Like, we tried to. They asked Kristaps after the game, like, what led to him having a good night tonight, and he said, Knicks were in drop. Knicks were in drop coverage, and we attempted to switch it up. It was essentially we went right back to it. And there was nothing really we could do at that point. At least from an in-game perspective, because Tibbs is not going to adjust in game. Let's just call it spade a spade. He's not going to make those types of micro adjustments in game. And if you look at like how Joe Mazzulla runs his ship, he was having the Celtics prepare earlier this year, but running that 2-2-1 trap in preseason. They were doing it in the preseason against us. And they were doing it against every other team in the preseason because he wants to have that part that he wants to have that in his tool chest. He wants to have that in his back pocket. When we ran preseason, Freezy, I'm gonna keep it real with you. We might run different sets in the regular season, but in the preseason, it was super vanilla. We weren't really doing too much. At
Nah,
least for
see.
it felt like
And I disagree with you. I think they offensively they totally scrapped the offense from last year. They totally scrapped it. They didn't go now. And now I understand what you're saying, right? You're saying they didn't get to the in-depth complexities of the changes that they made just to keep things under wrap. I get that part, but still,
but if teams are gonna
but
see it anyway, you might as well get it up out the way.
okay, okay.
Like the
But
intricacies of that trap that they were running. I mean, it was a 2-2-1 Freezy, but it was a little bit like they were very disciplined in terms of their responsibilities for those things,
right,
and that's why it just made professional athletes look terrible. Like we weren't even prepared for it at all,
right.
and that's on coaching, of course.
That's on Tibbs. If I'm Leon Rose, bro, I'm telling you, if I'm Leon Rose, after that game, I'm calling Tibbs in my office.
Leon Rose don't know nothing about basketball.
But because the thing is Boston ran a 2-2-1 full court trap with the one guy, the guy that I'm calling the one, back playing free safety deep. So you can't throw a long pass over the top.
Right.
Basically, that one person was in cover one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're Tibbs and you see them do that twice, then you got to consider fitting.
What does he
Mitchell
say in the
Robinson.
timeout?
But hold on, let me finish.
My
So
fault.
the thing is, if you see it twice, you got to sit Mitchell Robinson, have Julius Randle, no center. I don't care if he can pass. You got to put Randle at the 5 and put another guard on the floor so that you can navigate these traps and get into your offense sooner on the other end. Because even if you beat the trap, by the time you get into your offense, it's 15, 16 seconds left. And by the time you swing it around the perimeter and Josh Hart gets it, now you're forcing Josh Hart to do something that's out of character. And DiVincenzo doing some stuff that's out of character because it's 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
We should have. Yeah, I think you're saying like we should have just deviated and just made it a shootout, like just make it straight guard play and offense
Right.
against offense at that point because
Because
we weren't gonna
what
win
beat-
playing.
what
for the
beats
drop
a
center.
zone and a trap? What beats a zone and traps? Shooting
Guards and shooting. I mean, guards with
Shooting.
ball handling and shooting.
and shooting over the top of zones and guards passing and dribbling through and around traps, passing the ball.
Right.
But when you got Mitchell Robinson and Randall out there against a 2-2-1,
Shit.
he should have called. If I'm Leon Rose, I would have left the booth and went to the bench. Hey, what are you doing? This is a junior varsity defense. And they run it in the NBA, and you got your 250-pound power forward bringing the ball up.
Yeah, but Freezy, they've never been shy away from Julius bringing up the ball. See what I'm saying? Julius bringing up the ball is nothing new.
No, we can't. No.
Yeah, but that's nothing new though.
No.
Julius bringing up the ball is nothing new.
No.
It can be nothing new if he's going against a power forward, but when you're seeing a 2-2-1 zone, you can't have a power forward navigate.
We can't. No. Joel Embiid can dribble and handle the ball too, but
And
against
he's not doing that in
a
those
trap
zones.
defense,
No.
you not. No. Elite ball handlers against traps, bro. Elite, you got to have elite ball. You got to have your best ball handlers against traps and zones, bro. You cannot have Joel Embiid, Jokic, Julius Randle, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns bringing balls up against traps, bro. No. This goes against everything. This goes against everything fundamental basketball. Anybody Anybody that says that Randall can bring the ball up against a trap clearly has lost all basketball cachet with me, bro. All of it. I just bro. It's the reason why you have. Think about this. Why would you have Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Grimes, Brunson on the floor, and then you have Randall bringing the ball up the floor against a trap? It don't make sense. It just don't. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. My man, Paris Duggar. Paris Duggar says, Coach Dummy played 8 guys in a back-to-back. He would never think to play 2 bigs against Horford playing with KB so Randall could guard Tatum. He a dummy. Right. I agree with him. Come on, man.
Mitch,
how you
Mitch
play 8 guys on a night after a come on, man.
Mitch and Hartenstein has never played a single minute together since they've been here. So
right.
So this is what I mean. Like the thing that makes Tibbs, I guess, successful in his hard-headedness,
right,
can also be a detriment in terms of trying new lineups and trying things that might be out of the ordinary based on your matchup. Like you can't run your same stuff against every team.
Right.
Yeah,
but you're
gonna kill spacing with Hartenstein and Mitch.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't.
No one's gonna believe you defensively.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
But I'll say this: Tibbs would put in Hartenstein and what's his name, and that there's no difference between the two.
Right.
Except Mitch is much better at defense.
Right. And the point that I'm getting at, and Paris Duggar, I'm glad you said that about the playing 8 guys, because I was going to get to that too, right? Because the official box score says we played 10 guys, right? We only actually played 8. The last 2 guys played 1 minute apiece. Yeah. Tibbs played 8 guys on a night they were shorthanded and on a back-to-back. Nobody's going to tell me Tom Thibodeau didn't get out-coached.
80, I wanted to ask you a question. How'd you feel when he did the hack a Shaq up 16 with 2 minutes to go?
Who, the Boston coach?
Yeah, Missoula.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing.
Excellent. Yep.
I would have done the same. I would have done the same thing because I'm shortening the game for you.
And
I
AD,
think it was a statement, in my opinion.
I think it was a statement too. And AD, you know what it is? He's giving a simpleton coach, and I'm calling Tibbs a simpleton right now because I'm frustrated. I know Tom Thibodeau is a great coach, right? But he's giving a simpleton coach something to think about down the road, right? Like if we see you in the playoffs, this is what I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And so now you're giving a dude that has no real life to speak of. Now he's given a
he's second and third guessing himself off of something that happened in November.
Right. Yep. Exactly. You read my mind. That's what I was trying to get to. I just couldn't formulate the words, but that's what. Yep. You're right. Right. So Tibbs got out coached, man. Monday, it had nothing to do with Randall having a bad. Well, Randall having a bad shooting night had something to do with it, and Jalen Brunson not having a slow start had something to do with it too. Right. But Emmanuel quickly totally lost that game for us as a player. Right. Because not only was his offense bad, his defense was terrible.
Yeah, it was gonna be okay.
Right. So but it all goes back to Tom Thibodeau. Right. When they were overplaying our offense, the mere fact that Tibbs didn't think to put a shooter on the floor boggles my mind.
Freezie,
like,
the easiest
what
thing
does he have against Evan Fournier, bro?
Freezie, but like the thing that gets lost in this is they were switching everything, and the easiest way to make teams pay for switching everything is backdoor cuts, high low with a big, like Hartenstein that can actually pass. Like if they were trying that switching stuff on, granted this is an extreme example, they tried that switching stuff on Jokic would tear it apart. Regardless of who's on the court. Jokic could play with our midgets and rip that apart. If you have it, guys,
Jokic would have had a triple double easy. He'd
like
probably had like 14 assists.
the easiest bucket Randall got that whole night was a backdoor cut from Hartenstein, hitting him on the money because they were switching everything. And
Right.
Drew Holiday was draped all over him, but there's nothing you can do with when the ball is faster than the man. And when you're like standing still and playing a completely static offense, I mean, granted, Freezie, they trapped us and they put us in that situation when they were doing those traps, so we got into our offense late, and then it forced us to go right into that pick and roll offense, and then we're just switching everything at that point. Where
And you know what?
when we're in the pick and roll, it's like we're doing it to get a switch, but they're like, okay, if you want to switch, have at it. You're not gonna get off with a one-on-one. Ball movement is gonna destroy that. Not one-on-one.
That's the thing, Dre. When they run pick and roll, they're not running a true pick and roll. They're running a pick to get one-on-one, which then creates the isolation. And they stay with it. They stay with it way too much.
And they're playing in the Celtics' hands, whereas like if you want to do switch 1 through 4, they got Tatum, he can guard one-on-one.
Yeah.
Brown can guard one-on-one.
Right.
All these guys they have that can guard on the perimeter, so it's pointless to just keep forcing it. You gotta have ball movement and man movement, spacing at that point.
Right.
You gotta cut. You gotta make backdoor cuts. You gotta make switches. You gotta make them have miscommunications and screw ups on their switching. And if you don't make them do that, you just letting them off the hook. Because switching that often is very difficult to do and be consistent. And consistently without screwing up. It's why like the Warriors completely dismantled any team that tried to do the switching thing. You keep switching, they're just gonna get layups, regardless if Steph's on the court or not.
Right.
Yo,
look who it is. It's our guy, Sugar Hill's very own State of the New York Knicks podcast. Say what's good, man. Sugar Hill's very own in the building.
Yo, what up, yo?
What's good?
Shit.
Salute.
And yo, it's crazy because now that I know the Wi-Fi don't act funny like it used to do 3 years ago, now I can hit up Eero because this is my first time actually trying it. And it's actually going through. That's nice.
All right.
But I'm at work though. That's why I got the scrub hat on.
You coming here to defend Tibbs?
Nah, I don't. Nah, man.
Okay, I was going to say because I'm not up for that, bro.
I'm actually here to tell you that RJ Barrett is untouchable. I've been telling you for the past couple of years, RJ Barrett is going to be a superstar. What we're watching right now from RJ is what I expected, but I was kind of shaky going into this season. I didn't expect for him to look like this in year 5. I expected for him to look like this in like year 7. So he's way ahead of schedule right now.
Hey, some Knicks fans will say, be careful, bro. Sample size.
No. We got 4-year sample size. We got a 4-year sample. No. You should know.
Dre said sample size, bro.
The only thing I can use sample size for is maybe the shooting, but the process, the mental process, how he's thinking the game is on a different level. Like something switched in his head.
You can tell he's better. He doesn't go into 3 people no more. He does the push shot like Brandon Roy. When they pack the paint, he does the right play every time. He's shooting 50% from 3, bro. 50% he's shooting from 3, bro. 47% from the field, bro.
Right.
And he's rated as the 3rd best defender in the NBA right now. And you looking at his defensive win shares. So
right.
If RJ just continue, Freezie, you see, this is why me and Freezie like agreed with a lot of the draft people that me and you wanted, right? You see all the guys we wanted in the draft. You see how you see Asor Thompson? What me and you said about Asor Thompson?
The Thompson twins, bro. I've been saying it for 3 years, bro.
Asor specifically.
He the Matrix, bro.
Listen.
He a time traveler, bro.
Yeah, he's Sean Marion. That's exactly who he is. He's
bro,
fun to watch.
Is so when I saw his defense on Zach LaVine. Now let me tell you, everybody, Zach LaVine is an elite athlete, not
Yes.
just jumping. Don't get it twisted. Don't think Zach LaVine is just a vertical guy. Obi is just a vertical guy.
Zach
Zach
LaVine runs like a
LaVine is an
440,
elite
a
athlete, bro.
4.3. In college,
Yeah,
he was a sprinter.
yeah.
So, like,
Zach LaVine is elite, right? But Asor Thompson on him was like gravy on him, bro. He couldn't get by. He
Nope.
called for a screen twice on the same play because he couldn't get by Asor Thompson, bro.
No. And this is why me and you targeted wings over the past couple of years.
Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy, I didn't target him. That was your pick, actually.
Trey Murphy was my guy.
And a guy that I wanted so I wanted Franz Wagner. Shouts to
Yep.
Franz.
Me
I
too.
wanted-
Me too.
And I thought Franz was going to be trash, but I still would have took him. But I didn't expect for him to be this good. I would have took Scotty Barnes one in that draft, right?
Yep.
And Scotty looks very good, right? He's running shooting guard for Toronto.
Right.
If you've been watching Toronto, he plays the 2. He don't play the 3 no more. So he got the ball handling skills. So
Right.
I think the Knicks right now, if RJ continues to ascend, all they would need now is a big wing. You don't need a star name because all of the stars that people want, they're not obtainable. You're not getting Cat. There's no reason for Cat to lead Ant-Man. And they just won tonight. And I think they're like 6-2 right now. Let's stop talking about Karl Anthony Towns, okay? If you're not, I don't think this management will trade Randall for Karl Anthony Towns. That's a pie in the sky. And B, he's not leaving Maxey. Maxey 28-7
just dropped 50.
at 22, 23. Why would he leave that?
Right.
A guy he watched grow, right? So, Zach LaVine, he's a clutch client. He don't fit specifically. It's not about the Zach LaVine, the player. He don't fit Randall, and he don't fit Brunson.
He definitely ain't fitting Brunson, bro.
It's not the RJ fit when it comes to Zach LaVine. On top of the fact that he's a clutch client, we're not getting no clutch clients. So let's drop that.
We're not even looking for him.
Not
right?
At all. So,
bro, did you see how they did Cam Reddish?
Yeah. Trust me, trust me. That agency stuff, a lot of Knicks fans try to like play it off like,
like it ain't nothing.
Yo, that's a big, huge thing.
It's everything, bro.
Yes, and relationships is everything too. So why would I send another one of my clutch clients to New York knowing what you did?
Right.
Like, be happy Jericho Sims is still on the Knicks. He's a clutch client.
Right.
But besides that, you're not getting no major clutch.
Notice he's not playing.
Yeah. And so who's the next guy? I don't want Paul George. He's weak mentally. He's not even producing on his own Clippers team. He wants an extension for a 4-year, $180 million at 33 years old. And by the time he's done with his contract, he's going to be 37. I'm good. I don't want him. He doesn't give me champ. Now, Kawhi, it'll give me pause to pause. Because Kawhi is a top 10 small forward all time. You get Kawhi with RJ, with Brunson, with Randall, that's a championship contender. But the question is, does Kawhi want to live in New York? No. So I can't really talk Kawhi like that. So, and then the other players that people want, I don't think none of those guys are obtainable. I think the best possible case right now for the Knicks, RJ continues to go like this, regardless of how the season ends. If RJ just becomes an all-star this year, that speeds up the process by a couple of years. Speeds it up. Because now you get it. Now you know, okay, I got my franchise point guard for one more year on this affordable contract. For Brunson to really solidify himself like as a team first guy, he has to opt into his contract that in 2025 for 2025 to 2026 season. He cannot become a free agent because we have to use some of the cap space in order for us to get a set superstar probably in 2025. So if RJ continues to be like this, man, we just gonna have to be patient, man. Hope for that guy to just come out of nowhere, man. I still want LaMelo Ball. I want somebody, but I want to stick.
If Leon Rose is here, he gonna pay his guys. Let's believe that. Yeah. His guys. Look at what Josh Hart got, man.
Josh Hart stinks. He's
I'm saying I don't like
stinks.
like if you listen, I do
the
not
GOAT,
like
bro.
Josh Hart. I don't like Josh Hart personally, but I don't like what
Josh Hart to go,
offers.
bro. Dre, you remember? Hey, so
About to make me
hey,
mad,
I
Freezy,
know,
if you keep
I know
playing in
y'all
my face like this.
I'm saying y'all remember coming out of the Knicks playoffs last year. At the end of the season, we lost.
Oh.
I was critiquing Josh Hart, and people were calling me a traitor. And people were like, "Yo, you may as well go root for Brooklyn." The Nets at Night podcast. Josh Hart, the GOAT. And I was like, yeah, no, Josh Hart is not the GOAT, bro. Josh Hart is J.R. Smith without a jumper. That's all he is. He'll make one great play a night, and then you ignore the other 14 plays he messed up.
He legit made about like 6 straight bad plays last night in a row, like on back to
back
in the fourth quarter. And I'm just like, Tibbs, you realize we've been begging Grimes to be aggressive. He hit 3 threes in the third quarter, and you're not gonna play him. You're just gonna let him sit the whole fourth.
Jocked him out.
I don't understand like the leeway or the leash you give certain players. That's my gripe.
It's the Brunson crime family, bro. The Brunson crime family.
You call
bro.
them
They
the
do whatever they want to do, bro. They do whatever they want to do. DiVincenzo is
Brunson
out here shooting fadeaway threes in the corner. Come on, bro. We out here paying Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo $30 million and then paying 19 and a half. And we out here talking about, I don't want to pay a $50 million guy.
Freezie,
bro, you got $50 million tied up in the Fournier, DiVincenzo, and Hart.
Yo, that is so embarrassing, yo.
Freezie,
and we're like, I hit $50 million. $50 million. I'm not paying such a $50 million, but you paying it to Fournier, Hart, and DiVincenzo.
The most annoying thing I've heard is, oh, the Knicks is not going to trade Hart. The Knicks is not going to trade Dante DiVincenzo. The Knicks not. Listen here, man. If it's about the Knicks improving towards trade deadline, Hart and Evan Fournier combined makes almost $40 million.
Right.
That sounds like trade fodder to me. When you add Quentin Grimes to that equation, that's
you can't trade Grimes, bro.
Yeah, but
the Frank Hive, I'm sorry, the Grimes Hive would have a meltdown, bro.
They would, but the Quickly Hive, I'm not trading Quickly. I'm not trading.
I got a question. Well, more of a statement. I want RJ to become, without a doubt, the face of the franchise, so he has cachet to have say on who gets put on his team or not. Because when you look at what Brunson or what he's allowed to do, you can see by the roster construction he has say and who he puts on his team or who he can finagle. If RJ becomes the superstar or the star and becomes an all-star, that instantly boosts his cachet and what he say, like what he can put out there. Like if he wants a particular guy to get targeted and trade, because if Brunson was not here, Josh Hart would not be here. 100%. That trade would never happen. We wouldn't even be looking in his direction. But that's the cachet he's earned because he's been that good. I want RJ to hit that space where it's just like he's unquestionably that guy for this organization. So you have to look out and have to keep him in mind for all the moves that you make.
I don't know who RJ gonna have to hold it down and wait. He gonna have to become
you know RJ gonna want Zion though. Like if
he wanted one of his peers. His peer is Zion, obviously. I would love to have Zion here. I'm not gonna lie, but Zion got some things of his own. Like
he got some mental problems.
Fully sold on when it comes to Zion. Like
he does some sucker stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not even about being a sucker. It's just his weight issues. I don't care about his off the court things. Everybody loves.
No. I'm not. When I say sucker stuff, I'm talking about the press conference that he just had. That was kind of funny to me.
Nah, he had to say that.
Buying it, like you gotta. I don't know. You gotta have a little bit more tact. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm just trying to buy it, bro." You the face of the franchise.
I mean,
imagine Jalen Brunson came up with like, I just got to work through some.
That's
things.
not Brunson mentality.
I'm saying as the face of the franchise, you can't say that.
But Brunson not the face of the franchise.
Well,
the Knicks don't have a face.
we bringing in the Brunsonettes,
The
bringing
culture
in
is
his
the face.
pops.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cute and all. But Brunson, there is no face of the Knicks franchise. The reason why the Knicks, and I feel confident that we wouldn't like how the Clippers is right now. They have 4 ball dominant guys, right? And it seems like these 4 guys just don't know how to make it work. The the difference between the Knicks though, we have 3 guys that I think will try to make it work, even if we got a 4th guy who could average 20. So I'm just curious as to who that guy is. Or you could go get somebody else's ham sandwich, in the words of Uncle Freezie, like a Patrick Williams, who I've been saying to Knick fans, say, look at the Bulls. I would love to get a former 4th overall pick who don't need to come. He's not pressured to do anything. We have guys who can score.
Right.
The issue is when I need a stop on Tatum, I don't want Hart guarding him. He's 6'4". He's gonna shoot right over him and one. Can you give me?
And he's not a good defender. I don't know why we think Josh Hart is a good
He
defender.
gets by. Josh Hart is
Josh
not
Hart is not a good defender.
He's not.
He
He's
ranked
not.
78th in the NBA last year, bro.
He tried real
78?
hard, but it's just like it's bone.
He played hard though, and he got a good attitude.
I seen a stat where you see all the percentages versus the Knicks players, like field goal percentages when they guarded them. Guess who's the worst on the Knicks right now?
Randall.
Nope.
Hart?
He top 5. It's
Hart?
Quentin Grimes. And you know what that tells me when it comes to Grimes? 2 players' roles is fucked up right now.
Right.
The first role is Grimes' role. Grimes is actually a bench wing right now that needs to be slowly developed. Grimes should be in Dante DiVincenzo's role. This is why I was baffled at the Dante DiVincenzo pickup. Josh Hart, the reason why he's shooting civil rights numbers right now, he's playing the backup 4, shooting under 40%.
So he can't shoot. So I'm.
He
plays like a small power forward. He plays like a 90s power forward that can't shoot. How many times you see him like not even take the shot out the corner? And he comes in and takes a terrible mid-range jumper. Like a part of my soul dies when he does it. And he does it like 3 times a game.
Yeah, but he's trade fodder. All of those guys is trade fodder to me. I'm in a win now mood. I'm ready to go get Andrew Wiggins or somebody. I like the whole Josh Hart thing, Dante DiVincenzo, like it's cute, but I'm not. If I'm trading Quickly, you're giving me a current all-star because Quickly's a franchise point guard, and we have the luxury of having 2 franchise point guards. So somebody gonna have to up the ante. We ain't going to just
start treating him like that instead of letting Josh Hart play more minutes.
No, that's Thibodeau. Thibodeau will be fired soon. He will be fired. I'm not concerned about Tibbs. Just give me some more horses.
Right.
It's gonna hurt your heart when you see that extension pop up.
Nah,
your notification.
He won't get extended. The only way he gets extended is if he gets to the finals. Like we're not even.
I think he's gonna end up in the front office though.
If he did, that's where I think he goes to, and I think that would be the death blow. That would be the death blow.
It would be either or, Freezie. It would be either spectacular or it's going to be a shit show. I'm be honest with you, bro.
I don't think
you let him in the front office full time. We just gonna be keep drafting
because you can't have a win now mentality and management. You can have that as a coach. That's cool. But management, you can't have that mentality because then you end up like the 2008 Knicks.
You got to look at the bigger picture. Otherwise, that's part of the reason why they got him up out of Minnesota because he was wilding trading guys immediately. Dudes tear the ACL, you out of here immediately. Now, I'm not saying Jimmy Butler wasn't worth it, but at the time, the perspective was that he was kind of wilding.
I think the moves though that messed him up was the Jeff Teague move. Remember they went and got Jeff Teague? And then they brought in Derrick Rose. And then they brought in Taj Gibson to start over Gorgie Dang.
The Minnesota Timberwolves. I ain't forget.
Yes. Yep. I think that's what Tibbs messed up. And I think he's kind of of like that now. But what I will say though,
If he had cachet, where RJ would have been traded on. You know that, right?
yeah, of course. But what I will say though is I think the front office can be in win now mode if the coach proves to everyone without a reasonable doubt that going into the trade deadline that this is a team that can compete for a championship. And they just need a piece or two to compete for an NBA title.
Yeah, they need two.
Right.
They need exactly two pieces. They need
Right.
a one tall wing, 6'7" to 6'9", who can hit at least 34% from three.
Right.
And the second piece that they need, I love iHeart. I love Mitch. I love them both with all my heart. iHeart got to go. I'm not trading Mitch. I feel like he's the defensive player of the year so far. He's
Right.
very elite defensively. We're ranked top 3 in defense. We're ranked first in offensive rebounds, second in like defensive rebounder percentage. It's something crazy. And then Mitch by himself, he's iHeart. If he could space the floor, I would say keep him. I'm all in on him because I'm 20% German right now. He's been playing well this whole season. I love iHeart, but
Right.
I need a floor spacing big, and for a playoff setting, just imagine Randall getting the ball, right? He turns around. As soon as he turns around, Randall or iHeart is in that dunker spot. He's not going to have no space to operate. And I don't trust iHeart to space the floor. I don't, and I know Mitch ain't going to do it.
I think your floor spacing big is Randall, but he just doesn't do it.
It can't be Randall. That's the problem.
I know. I understand.
That's the problem.
But you know who leads the Knicks in 3-point shots attempted?
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle, right?
Yo, you know what I would love back? I said this on his space earlier too. They was like, come on, State. You know who would fit perfectly with the Knicks right now?
Burks?
Anthony Davis.
Burks and Kevin Knox.
Have you seen
Knox is
like he about 230? Knox look like he about 230, bro.
And you know I hate Burks. But when I'm talking about just fit.
You hate him because of what Tibbs did with him, not him per se. Like we know he has a limited skill set and he's good at what he does. But Tibbs was like, okay, now you the point guard. Wow.
If we had Alec Burks Monday, we'd have won that game, bro.
Off the bench?
Yep. If we had Alec Burks, because first of all, you talk about Mr. Fourth Quarter for one, right? Let's not forget about Mr. Fourth Quarter, bro. You know what I'm saying? That dude, I think with the Knicks, I think he averaged like 7 points a game in the fourth quarter. And I know that don't sound like a lot, right?
No, that's a lot. That's a lot of points.
Yeah. And two, when Boston was throwing out those junk defenses, you're talking about a dude that can dribble, pass, and shoot. You know what I'm saying? And he a good guy, right? And he not coming in here. You know he not coming in here, you know what I'm saying, trying to disrupt the Nova stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, Detroit is playing him right now over Jaden Ivey.
He's averaging like 15 in 25 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Now, Jaden Ivey, Detroit is an interesting situation because now going in the next offseason, they're going to have to make a trade. And I don't think Detroit has the luxury to, I think, draft again in the top 5. I don't even think Adam Silver is going to give him another top 4 pick.
Cade's going to get his extension. This is his 3rd year, right? This is Cade's 3rd year.
Yes, Cade.
The rookie. He's extension eligible this summer.
Him and Grimes in the same draft.
Cade is good. It's just I like Cade. I like Asor Thompson.
They ain't got.
I like Jalen Durant
right now.
But they need shooters. They need shooters, man. And Ivy's not that shooter. Now, Ivy, I think he needs a new situation. So,
Freezie was like, we might need to throw some picks at him or something.
Yeah.
Try to buy low.
He is the only player, I ain't gonna lie, the only player that I would trade Emmanuel quickly for right now and kind of be okay with it is Jaden Ivey. And that's because and it's for multiple reasons. Y'all know so my favorite players on the team are Quickly, Randall, RJ. And State know this because State was there on Twitter with us when I was telling Knicks fans we need to tank for RJ Barrett. We already know that. That's a everybody. We already know that. We don't have to go down this road, right? But if I absolutely have to trade quickly, which I don't, I would rather just get Jaden Ivey for him, and then that way they could have Quickly and Cade playing together, and we can have an athlete at combo guard for us, as opposed to having a whole bunch of stiff dudes, stiff strong dudes. We'd have an elite athlete, and if you know Tom Thibodeau's history of having an athletic, do everything guard, I think Tibbs could turn that dude into a. I ain't gonna say it, but y'all know who I'm thinking about. All I'm gonna say is he was a dude that was a #1 pick. He wore #1 for Chicago Bulls. Type of player.
Please.
Have you seen Jaden Ivey? Look at Jaden Ivey's offensive numbers right now. Right? Look at his numbers. Before we say he can't be that guy, look at that man's numbers historically, like last year and this year. Last year and this year, look at that man offensive numbers on limited touches on a bad team.
I don't like what they're doing. I don't like how Monty is using Ivy, but it's a lot of players.
But you know he destroy young players, bro. You know Monty Williams destroy young players, bro.
It depends on which young player you're talking about.
Who you talking about? Tyson Chandler?
He got Jalen Durant. He got Jalen Durant.
He got Booker right.
Yeah.
And a team concept.
What about DeAndre Ayton?
Ayton, you should have picked Luka Doncic.
Yeah. First of all, you should have took Luka. You had Luka's coaching your team. The dude was coaching Luka overseas, and instead of taking Luka,
bro, if you on the fence over a wing and a big, just take the wing. Stop overthinking that shit.
That's my philosophy too, bro. Like ever since like doing my history, like growing up as a kid, and I looked at all the drafts and stuff. Most of the drafts where teams draft busts, that's big men, they usually pick the big man over a wing. Like there's no planet I'm picking Sam Bowie over Jordan, bro. Like it's no.
But at the time, the game was viewed differently.
That's not fair, bro. Because man, the only reason why I'm gonna disagree with y'all is Sam Bowie without injuries, and AD can speak to this. Sam Bowie without injuries looked like he was gonna be Kristaps Porzingis in 1984. If you can imagine a dude 7'2", that's fast, strong, can shoot the three. Back then, Larry Bird was taking 1.5 threes a game. Sam Bowie could knock down the three and dribble. And I'm not talking about functional big man dribble, handoff dribble. I'm talking about he could sauce cats up. He's not out here looking like Mitchell Robinson, looking like a pterodactyl dribbling a marble. No, Sam Bowie. The only reason why Sam Bowie wound up being a bust is because of the classic thing we already know. Big man foot injuries. Happened to Greg Oden, happened to Sam Bowie, happened to Yao Ming, happened to Bill Walton. If you're Portland, I think you gotta take that gamble there because nobody knew Jordan was gonna be this great. I mean, hindsight is 2020. They probably should have taken him. But remember the year before that, they drafted Clyde Drexler.
Gotta take Jordan, yo.
Freezie. Freezie, you want to hear something funny? I'm gonna give you a time span of 37 years.
But listen to my point, though. Check me out. In 1983-84, Clyde Drexler and his Houston team was the most popular team in college basketball. Him and Hakeem Olajuwon, right? Hakeem Olajuwon. They were the most popular thing going on TV. 5-slammer jammer, right? You take Clyde Drexler in the draft, right? Because Clyde Drexler's height was insane, right? And you take him, and you already had an all-star at shooting guard named Jim Paxson, right? Clyde Drexler is busting his ass in practice, right? And then the next draft come, you're gonna tell me you got an all-star in Jim Paxson You got Clyde Drexler busting his ass in practice, and then you can tell me you're gonna go in the draft and then take Michael Jordan?
Picking Jordan, man.
No, you're not. No,
I'm
you're not.
gonna say this,
You
Freezie.
say that because you're a young man. If you was
Freezie.
dead during that time, you wouldn't say that, bro.
Freezie, I will say
That's
this.
true.
There's a 37-year span where only one guard went number one overall from 1980 to 2007, and that one guard was Allen Iverson.
Right.
Every other player was a forward or a center.
Right.
From 1980 to 2007, number one.
So who's the
game? The game was just viewed differently. Say? Go ahead. Say.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that. Speaking to the Sam Bowie point, bro, because think about this: if you could get a center that could do big man stuff and guard stuff, and put that with Jim Paxson and Clyde Drexler, if Sam Bowie would not have had any of those injuries, bro, we're talking about the NBA totally different. We're talking about a dude that can knock down. If you're enamored with Porzingis right now in today's NBA, imagine how you would have felt about Sam Bowie in 1984, 85.
It's kind of like how Wiseman got drafted that damn high because they were trying to match around the fact they had a bunch of guards and wings already, but they just needed an athletic big.
Right.
And in hindsight's 2020, they should have just took LaMelo, right?
Probably. But LaMelo wouldn't have fit. They'd have probably LaMelo would have been Jordan Poole with them, I think.
Yeah, they would have ruined LaMelo. LaMelo went to the perfect spot to become a star.
Yeah, I think they all settled into. But the Sam Bowie thing, bro. If Sam Bowie right now is doing all the stuff that Porzingis is doing, the shot blocking, the 3-point shooting, the only difference is Sam Bowie would have probably got you 11 rebounds a game. And would have been taking Mitchell Robinson off the dribble, dunking on him all game long. But the thing is Sam Bowie had the stress fracture at the top of your foot, where every time you put pressure on it, it would break, and there was nothing he can do about it.
The same thing Yao had.
Yep, the same thing Yao had.
Yao had over and over, where Yao was dominant, but when you're such a big guy and your center of gravity is so damn high.
Right.
Every step you take, you're at risk.
Right. And don't forget, Sam Bowie was a big dude too. He wasn't skinny looking like he was skinny looking like Porzingis, but he was strong, bro. And this dude could pass.
He was wiry like KD.
This dude in a game against Louisville, this dude gets a rebound against Louisville, right? This dude throws a bounce pass like 40 feet between defenders, bro, and a dude from Kentucky dunk. Right? If you ask Mitch to just throw a regular bounce pass, what's gonna happen with it, bro?
Somebody in the front, somebody on the sideline gonna get hit in the face.
Get hit, they knock their beer over, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing with Jordan over Sam Bowie, I get it. Jordan's an excellent player, bro. I'm not knocking Jordan, but I'm saying if you saw what we saw, then it's like if you think Victor Wembanyama has hype now, bro. Like the stuff that Victor Wembanyama is doing right now, Sam Bowie could do all of that stuff except the shot blocking on the perimeter. He wasn't a perimeter shot blocker like Vic. But all the other stuff, like saucing up a big man off the wing, going to the rim, dunking, bro.
Gotta remember, like these guys were not dealing with the spacing that we had now. So,
bro, when you
if
saw
you had
it,
a big on an island back then, because the bigs were stiff back then. Even
bigs were bigs back then, bro. They were not skill guys. Yeah, and so I know it seemed like I'm romanticizing Sam Bowie. I'm not. I just want to do justice to justice to the thing, right? Because think about it. Why would anybody go ahead of Michael Jordan in that draft if you think about it, right? Why would Michael Jordan go third? Whoever was the number one
team
pick
should have been taking
Hakeem over Jordan. I'll take Hakeem over Jordan.
And you know what Houston did the year before that though, State? Houston had the number one pick the year before that too. You know who they took?
Sam Bowie,
Ralph Sampson.
Another big.
They drafted centers number one in back-to-back drafs.
Gigantic fluid.
So if anybody made the mistake, it'd have been Houston taking Olajuwon over Jordan, right? But then even if Sam Bowie was healthy, bro, it still would have been. you know, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that a guard, only one guard went one.
For 37 years, only
Allen
one
Iverson.
guard.
That's Allen Iverson, though, man. Allen Iverson.
And that was a risky move because he had the stripes like the off
Yeah,
the
but
court
Iverson
stuff.
is like,
Yeah.
he like a god. Like, you knew Iverson was going to be good. Like, you knew he was going to be. By that 1999 season, you knew he was going to be one of the greatest shooting guards ever. Third best ever to me.
Hell, they knew it off the rip. Like I think his first game he dropped.
No, he led the league in points his rookie year.
Right.
So like they knew he was a problem.
Thank you, New York Knicks, for ruining my life. The Knicks had, the Knicks had three first round picks in that draft, bro.
We could have traded
three first round picks in that Iverson draft.
We could have traded for Kobe and signed Shaq Nicholson. But we didn't want to trade Patrick Ewing.
We could have traded up in the draft and got Stojakovic and Steve Nash. Right? We could have left with Stojakovic, Steve Nash, right? We could have traded up and got Ray Allen.
Who we drafted that year? I know one of the draft picks.
I don't want to get into it because my head hurting already. We drafted John Wallace. John Wallace, Dante Jones, and Walter McCarty. We drafted three dudes that play the same position.
John Wallace don't even sound like a good basketball player. Like, you wearing a John Wallace jersey? That don't even sound like somebody that's nice at basketball.
Yeah.
Who's the best basketball player named John? John Havlicek?
Yeah, maybe.
John
Stockton, maybe.
Y'all hope the Knicks.
But you know who we passed on those states? You know, see, because those guys we didn't draft, but you know who we passed up on? Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace?
Ben Wallace was in that draft.
Mm.
Ben Wallace went undrafted. Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Knicks gotta do something before deadline, yo. I can't go in the next playoffs with this roster, bro. I need something that's gonna
about the 96 draft. Like one last thing about the 96 draft. I was reading an article about the logo, Jerry West. His health was deteriorating because he was trying to trade for Kobe so bad. He was trying to trade for Kobe and sign Shaq in the same summer.
Yep.
Because he knew he had the foresight to know, okay, this duo was going to be something. And his health was deteriorating. He wasn't getting any sleep that entire summer.
Yeah.
His body was falling apart.
Yep.
Like he had to like remove himself from organizational duties after it got done.
Yeah.
He had to take a break because he was falling apart trying to get these two dudes together. And the Knicks were just like content being at this level.
I need Leon Rose to do that with Luka and RJ. His health need to be declining, trying to get me one of those guys.
And State, you know the sad thing is, I was telling AD all year last year that this draft that passed this summer,
oh God,
was the 96 draft, and the Knicks didn't do anything in it.
Yo, this draft,
there's about 10 All-Stars.
Freezie. We're gonna have a case study on Leon Rose 2 years from now.
I'm telling you, bro.
The man, just let's do it. 2020. This is after RJ. And what I told you, Freezie, after we got RJ, I want to tank the next 3 years.
And let RJ be the man.
And let RJ be the guy. Let's tank hard. 2020, we won 21 games for Julius Randle's backup. The 25th overall pick in that draft.
Shout out to Mike Miller.
We are about to possibly trade him soon because he wants to be a starting point guard. Right. And you paid a guy from the 2018 draft in Jalen Brunson big money instead of your guy. So that's your 2020 draft right there, right? OB for ham sandwiches. He's gonna pop in Indiana soon. I watched that game in Indiana. He's getting comfortable now. Right. So OB in Indiana quickly gonna go soon. 2021. What is 2021, fellas? Almighty fucking 4th seed. One of the most dumbest, most meaningless, most ridiculous NBA seasons I've ever seen in my life. We go to the playoffs. We had 2 first-round picks. All you had to do was tank, motherfucker. All you had to do was tank. You didn't have to trade for Derrick Rose. You didn't have to. All you had to do was tank. Play Knox, play Frank, play RJ, play the young boys. That's all you had to do was tank it off. I would have loved to see Randall at the 5 with Obi and Knox and with RJ.
Let me ask you, do you remember what the Knicks traded Ignas Brazdeikis and Austin Rivers for? Remember that trade at the trade deadline? Remember we were waiting on the Lonzo Ball trade? We were waiting on the Knicks. The Knicks were in pole position to get Lonzo Ball, right?
What y'all think? Who we traded for that? Who the fuck we traded for?
It was a role player that Tibbs used.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
I don't even remember what it was.
We traded.
It's crying baby time. Okay, so you shut the F up. You love your Josh Hart averaging 6 points, shooting under 40% from the field, shooting under 30% from the field. When you could have had Franz Wagner. Now let's go back to 2021.
But let me do this though. Let me do this. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna get to that. I want to get to that point, but I want to build something first, right? If you know, we traded Austin Rivers and Ignas Brazdeikis. Remember they drafted Iggy Brazdeikis, right?
Yes.
I don't remember him for Vincent Poirier.
Then we
right. So we did a 2-for-1, and we were talking about how this guy was going to be, and we didn't use his name, but we used his skill set. We thought he was going to be our Isaiah Hartenstein. Right.
We cleared a roster spot for Derrick Rose.
Right. So we cut Vincent Poirier. We cut the young athlete, the 6'7" athlete, the dude with the 47-inch vertical.
Wu? Kenny Wu?
No, he was a guard. The guard, he played for Oklahoma City.
I know what you're talking about.
He was 19 when we traded for him. He was raw. He was very raw, but he was a good defender.
He was a lanky 6'7".
Yeah, athlete.
He had a couple highlight dunks.
I think his something Ferguson or something.
I
forget his name
exactly.
Ferguson. But we Terrence Ferguson, right? So we cut both of them, right? We cut both of them, and then we signed Norvel Pell. So when cats tell me, oh my God, the front office is gonna do such and such. State, I understand where you're going, because what you're saying, man, the 2 picks in 2021, we could either combined them and moved up, or we could have traded back and got future picks in later drafts and grabbed Herb Jones and Jalen Johnson, right? But that's not. We could have traded back. Got another first round pick and drafted Cam Thomas.
Yes,
but that's not the type of stuff that we do.
No foresight, and
right.
But that speaks to how much sway Tibbs has in my mind. In a roster composition.
Now that Tibbs makes the playoffs, we get punched in the first round, embarrassed. What is your prize for getting embarrassed and winning 41 games? We signed
Jokovitis.
You give Evan Fournier $78 million, and you give Kemba Walker a contract for no reason when you could have started quickly to begin with. You goddamn dummy Tibbs. So now we go into the very next season after the almighty 4th seed freezing.
Yep.
We don't make the playoffs. Evan Fournier breaks John Stark's record. You have Alec Burks starting the last game of the season over quickly.
Yeah.
I'm already having nightmares from Mike Miller in 2021 starting Alfred and Mo Harkless over Kevin Knox and Frank to win extra meaningless games.
Right.
So now
we should have had Edwards.
So now let's go to 2022. You don't draft. You let Jalen Durant go. You could have had Jalen Williams. We don't know if any one of these players that we could have had at 11 become a superstar or MVP. So the jury is still out on that.
Right? But you skipped something. At 11, they actually drafted somebody.
They drafted Ousmane Dieng.
They drafted a 6'9" athletic wing player with point guard potential.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. And then traded him to OKC to move back. And then in that spot, Jalen Duren goes.
And also, even before that, they had a chance to get Jalen Johnson from the Hawks, right? They traded out of that. They got Quentin Ntilikina, right?
Yep.
You needed a tall wing, right? So now you go to 2022, you don't draft. And the reason why you don't draft is because of the COVID season. You gave out the stupid contracts from before, Nerlens and Alec Burks and those guys, when you could have been developing your young guys. So in order to get Jalen Brunson, you had to trade your first round pick. But it gets even deeper than that. Did you know Jalen Brunson was going to come here when you drafted Quickly, and that was the reason why you didn't start Quickly his first 2 seasons, because you wanted to suppress Quickly's value?
Yes.
Is that the reason why? So now that backfired on you, because now this season Quickly's hooping, you didn't want to pay him. What you did was spit in his face. You paid Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart before you paid. You took care of outside home before you took care of your crib.
You took care of your neighbors first.
Yes, before you take care. Like I asked my mom's the other day. I was at my mom's crib, Freezie. I said, "Yo, Ma, how you gonna feed the neighbors before you feed me? Why you always give your neighbor plates of food and all that?" I asked my mom's that random question. I said, "What? I always feed you plates. It's somebody else that might need a plate more than you. You can eat whenever you want. You don't know when your neighbor gonna eat." So, you get what I'm saying? She took care of me first. She know I can eat whenever.
Right.
Now she's making sure outside the crib can eat now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So,
not us though. Not us.
Whoa. Hold on. We gotta take into account Villanova is always family.
Villanova is
they cool, but it's like
I know you saw that video when he went to the locker room giving out them handshakes, man.
No, Brunson cool, but it's like now you're stuck in a conundrum now, right? And now something unexpected happened that put a wrench in the fork of the road. I don't think management thought RJ could be this good.
Right.
I think this caught them off guard this season. Right. And now it's gonna have to transfer from the whole putting RJ in trade talks to Randall, or one of those guys got to be in trade talks. But then it gets even deeper than that, because Randall was the reason why we got to the playoffs. So the Randall people is going to be pissed off if you trade Randall. And so, but it gets even deeper than that. And this is the main thing that messes me up about the Knicks right now. Randall and Brunson got to get paid the same offseason.
Yep.
Randall's a 2-time All-NBA member. And Brunson is the best point guard the Knicks had in 20 years since Stephon Marbury and Larry Brown was sitting that man on the bench because they had differences. Who are you going to pay that offseason? And then the offseason after, you have to pay RJ Barrett his money. So,
and Mitch.
So how are you going to construct your roster while trying to play this facade of we're developing? Everything hit the fan once RJ played like this. Now it's like, oh, we didn't know he was going to be this good this fast. So if RJ keeps this up, he's going to force the Knicks to do some moves. He's going to force them.
Right. And RJ is playing. Think about this. RJ is playing like this on a $23 million a year contract.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? RJ is playing like right now he's playing like a $40 million player on $23 million. Right. So now you got to take advantage of that, because the next time RJ come around, RJ talking max money.
Oh, 300 million. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. It's the same thing happened with y'all remember the thing with Golden State and Steph Curry? It was like, Steph, we know you good, man, and we know you got potential, but you stay hurt and the such and such. And Steph took that sweetheart deal. Every contract after that,
you better
not even mention extension in public.
To an even lesser extent, it's not even just what he means on the court, what he means off the court.
Right.
To the organization, you paying for his face at that point. He's your drafted player.
Yeah.
You got it. You have to pay your high drafted lotto player that's producing at this level.
Yeah, but RJ This is why I base the Knicks championship hopes on this young man. If he becomes a star on this contract, we don't have to pay him until 2026 again.
Right.
He becomes a star. He has the cachet. He has enough of the fan base behind him for him to go to management and say, "Look, listen, big dog, go get me one of my guys, man." Because Brunson already flexed. Brunson flexed. You got Josh Hart. You got me an $82 million guy who's averaging 7 points, shooting under 40% from the field. You also got me Dante DiVincenzo. I actually like Dante DiVincenzo.
I do too.
That more than I like Josh Hart.
You're missing one, Ryan.
It's not even that. It's like Dante just plays his role, and Dante and Quickly offset each other, right? And Dante don't try to do too much. Josh Hart is playing severely out of position right now.
Yeah.
So it's what do you want the Knicks to do?
Keep it real. Like the things that I said it before, but the things that Josh Hart is good at is not needed with the starting lineup. Like you don't need rebounding when you got Randall and Mitchell on the court. But Tibbs, in his mind, thinks he has to play 25 minutes a game with Randall and Mitch, and it doesn't make sense. His minutes should just be reduced to playing mostly off the bench. His secondary units. He should not be playing with Randall because nothing he does helps Randall on offense. He doesn't give spacing. He's kind of boneheaded in terms of his team defense. So when he's out there, he in my mind he makes Randall's job harder and he makes Randall look worse when they're on the court together. In my mind, like he don't get it twisted. He's a damn good seventh man. He ain't no sixth man like how Tibbs wants to show him, man.
I hate them two together.
The lineups didn't work in the postseason, and Tibbs is going right back to it. And we and people were like, okay, maybe it's Josh Hart and RJ not working together. No, it's really Josh Hart and Randall that don't.
And anybody, it's Josh Hart and bro. I don't know why NBA fans think Josh Hart is a winner. Josh Hart has never played on a playoff team before he got to the Knicks, bro. Josh Hart is a perennial loser. He a perennial loser, bro. I mean,
like,
and people
like what he does isn't valued that much. Like not $18 million worth.
Josh Hart is the idea of Josh Hart. Like to borrow one of Dre's phrases, and you need to trademark these, bro. But the idea of Josh Hart is more than the production of Josh Hart.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like we sit here and we think like, well, what does Jalen Brunson really need? Bro, if Jalen Brunson, and don't knock on Jalen Brunson because he's an excellent scorer, right? He's an excellent scorer, but he don't do nothing else on the floor.
None. No.
Right? He don't do nothing. And there's no harm in that because dudes come into the league and they have, say, there are one-trick ponies all over the league, right? With like Steven Adams is the best screener in the game. That's his one trick. And in offensive rebounding. Yeah, in offensive rebounding. I'll give him, so he's got two tricks, right? These guys have like one trick, bro. And Jalen Brunson's thing is scoring. But even when you look back at the game against Boston on Monday night, when our offense broke down and was stagnant, Jalen Brunson couldn't create shots for others. He can only create shots for himself.
I'm glad other people sees this, bro. Because
but this is the thing. My fault, State. But this is also a thing. Like you got to guard. Josh Hart by title is a guard, but he doesn't do guard things.
He don't do.
So he can't initiate and let Brunson just be in the corner and be a catch and shoot guy, or where we know Brunson is an elite catch and shoot guy. So when you like that's another thing. When he's on the court, he doesn't really do anything that helps the two main guys. So when you're playing Josh Hart, your best bet is to run him up and down in transition against other teams' second units, which is fine. Yep. I think we overpaying for that, but it's fine. It works in the regular season. But when you have a coach that over relies on him, like he should be on a minutes restriction. Like after 24 minutes, you should not play him no more. 24 minutes in the game. After
Yeah.
24, you getting diminished return.
You know
not
what?
getting
You know what a fan
your money's
told me
worth
about him, bro? They literally said to me, "Yo, State, the more you watch Hart, the more you gonna hate him." I understand what they mean by that.
Now, bro, I've been telling y'all that. I've been
Yeah.
telling y'all, bro. Okay.
Cause he do. It's like Randall. It was a play yet last game. Remember the play when Randall he caught the ball? I think it was in the third quarter, or it was in the fourth. It was one of these quarters. He caught the ball, and he turns around. Josh Hart wide open, bro. He wide open. Randall did not pass him the ball. You know what Randall elected to do? He elected to bring the ball back up and dribble again, and he got a turnover because of it. But Josh Hart was open. In my mind, all I could think about was he don't trust him. He don't
If
trust
Grimes was in that corner, he's flinging it. If Reggie Bullock is in that corner, he's flinging it.
Yes.
Right.
Like it reminds me of the play with Brunson last year in the playoffs. That last play, Brunson didn't trust Hart.
No.
That's
Because he knew nothing probably good would have come of
That
it.
should have been Evan Fournier on that play. With under 20 seconds left to go in the game, and you down by what were we down by? It was a 2-point game, right? So the score was 94-92, right?
No, it was like 98. Like it was like
No, they won 90.
98,
No, they
99.
won 90. No, they won 96-92. Because
Okay.
remember, at when we turned the ball over, we fouled them, and they sealed the game with 2 free throws. That's what made the game a 4-point game.
So it was 92-94.
Yeah. If you put Fournier, see, you don't need the 3 there. But if Fournier's on the floor and if Fournier gets that and knocks down that 3, bro, now you're talking about Miami has 6 seconds to make a basket with no point guard, with Gabe Vincent as their point guard.
Freezie, the threat of Fournier on the court, it wouldn't that pass that he threw to Randall, it wouldn't have been as clogged in there in the first place.
Right.
That's
And
true.
you know what Grimes was at? Grimes was in the opposite corner, tucked into the corner where Jalen Brunson couldn't see him, instead of being at the top of the key where Jalen Brunson can see him.
He should have been the outlet. He should have been the safety
all
valve, the outlet.
That man don't have a offensive IQ like that, bro.
That's all Tibbs, Freeze.
Yeah, I know.
But here's another thing. How come when the most important play of the season, you put Randall at the 5, but we never see it the entire year?
Because
never see that.
Tibbs is a dust head, and he only do stuff when his back is against the wall. So I want him fired still.
Yeah.
Like there's another statistic. Like you noticing Randall doing that 4-5 pick and roll with Mitch Robinson, and anybody that's a Knicks fan, we've been screaming for him to do it for like the 3 years, right?
Right.
He's never done it more than 4 times in a game before this year.
You want to know what's so crazy?
And he's doing it over and over now.
That's our most effective play too, by the way.
And in the playoffs, if we don't get a tall wing, we're gonna get swept. If we played a team like the Celtics in the first round, how is we gonna guard them come one-on-one plays? Like that, that's where I'm at with it.
The only way that's gonna happen is if we are 8 seed.
But then here's the thing: 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter versus the Celtics. The Knicks can't play no Mitchell Robinson, no Ihart at no 5 last 5 minutes of a fourth quarter of a playoff game. The Celtics could play Porzingis at the 5.
Yeah, but the only thing though
worst comes to worst, they could put Horford.
Yeah, but the only thing though is there's only one Porzingis in the league, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's a couple now. He got a couple.
I'm gonna say Porzingis is seasoned now though.
Yeah, he's seasoned, but he got a couple babies. He got Shet. Shet is a Porzingis baby.
Shet is shooting 50% for 3. Right?
He's another. All of these guys who's like Porzingis, they all Porzingis babies. Why did we trade him?
To a lesser extent, Jaren Jackson is.
What the hell was we thinking, Freezie?
Because we still are reaping the benefits of that Porzingis trade right now.
I know you're not talking about quickly, man.
We ain't.
No. No, we still have Dallas first round pick.
We do with.
It ain't gonna be worth nothing, man.
That pick gonna help us get a chip. You see, this is what I'm talking about, man. Porzingis could still be here Randall, with Brunson, we could have got him this summer.
Ideally,
Porzingis is
the
most
perfect
ideal
situation.
next to RJ.
The perfect situation would have been quickly starting, RJ starting, Porzingis starting. That would have been that would have been ideal situation. And then you could fill in around them with
We'd have still had
big
Knox.
time wings.
We'd have still had Knox.
Yeah, we probably still had Knox if we'd have been
I would
patient
want to
and
put a
developed them.
defender around those guys. Like
Now I'd have put something around them though. I'd have put some dogs around them. With that type of team, I'd have probably gave Jimmy Butler the max. That's the type of team, yo, give Jimmy Butler the max, man. Fuck it. Tell Melo, look, listen, take a vet minimum. Let's just give Jimmy Butler the max, man, and get the ship going.
Right.
What time is it? 3? Yo, Freezie, let me get out of here. Yo, I've been here for 2 hours with you, man.
Yeah, man.
This was nice, man. This is the first time in years, actually, like 3 years. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
man.
yeah, since COVID, where I recorded from my hospital.
Bro, we gotta get our wings though, right? But here's the thing. I understand where Tibbs is going, right? I understand where Tibbs is going, but Tibbs is not constantly, but it's getting more and more frequent that Tibbs is getting out coached and looking bad doing it.
It's not just him though. It's 50% Tibbs, 50% Leon. It's 50% Tibbs because you always got to blame the coach, right? But it's 50% Leon because Leon is the guy who gave Tibbs this roster when I begged Leon Rose to get me a tall wing this summer. So Tibbs is dealing the hand that he was dealt. And he's not going to be able to change that hand until after December 15th.
And you know what? This summer's draft was loaded. With tall, athletic wings. Man, Amani Bates almost didn't get drafted, bro.
But that's why the NBA is going to be expanding in like 2 years. They got to expand the league, man. It's time.
Yeah, man.
It's time.
Yeah,
It's so much talent in the NBA. It's time. See a team like the Grizzlies. If I was the Grizzlies,
I would tank.
I would tank so hard. And the reason why I would tank so hard, I make Ja Morant play like 5 games, then give him a ghost injury. Yo, sit out the season.
Hey, break your hand like Steph.
No.
Talking about like a migraine?
Give me a 20-game migraine.
Like a migraine, yeah.
Because they got a chance to like really get another top 3 pick. Right. And I would package that pick and go get me a win now guy right now to pair with Ja Morant. And then you go off next season and you go guns blazing.
Desmond, Jaren Jackson, and then a star.
I wish that happened to the Knicks, but I don't think that would never happen to the Knicks like that. Personally, I don't think that's possible for them to have a ghost tank season. Just ghost tanking. You don't even know why they tanking. They just losing every other night.
Well, when you see Tibbs fall out on the court due to a heart attack, then you know that's.
And we wheel him off on a stretcher like we did Larry Brown.
Wait,
what happened with Larry Brown?
Like when you see
Larry Brown had the heart thing on the court, bro. They had to take him off in a stretcher, and then he came back like 7 games later, sitting in that executive office chair. You remember that? Where he was sitting on a throne on the court, bro. Yeah, it was so weird. Sometimes I hate being a Knicks fan, bro. Because we get embarrassed in the worst ways, bro. We be getting, your coach out here having a panic attack, and then he come back 4 games later, and he's sitting on like this big leather King's disease like throne. Like, bro, you talk. Wait a minute, you hurt your spine.
That scared me.
Yeah, come on,
I ain't
bro.
call me a man alone.
Yeah,
man. You just gotta sit back and laugh at some of the stuff that you see, man.
I'm so frustrated, bro. But I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna chill, bro. I'm gonna let things play itself out. You know what I'm saying? Because Tom Thibodeau can't continue to get outcoached like that, especially on nationally televised games, bro.
But this is what happens when you got a coach that has 90 sensibilities in a 2023 game.
Right. If we mess around and lose to Atlanta tonight,
it might get ugly. Charlotte
is a must win.
No, we're gonna lose if RJ don't play.
Right.
RJ needs to prove a point. And if I'm RJ, I'm having another migraine today. Because he needs to prove the point that the Knicks need him. We don't agree without RJ.
I'll say this: we're built to contain a traditional pick and roll team with a big that goes to the rim. But when you got these guys like Porzingis and Chet and like Jokic and skill bigs, we're gonna have issues with that because Tibbs doesn't want to adjust to that. Tibbs will rather let them good shooters just keep shooting the lights out instead of adjusting our coverages, switching things that normal modern teams do. Like we do that reluctantly. It's like we don't even practice it, which is why Mitch be like caught out in no man's land often.
Right.
Trying to recover to a guy that's 28 feet away from the rim shooting threes.
Give Tibbs an extension. Yo,
yeah, but Trae Young, y'all know Trae Young is hurt though, right?
Yeah.
No, he's not hurt. He had a kid.
I thought he was hurt.
No, he been nicked up, but he definitely had a new
I thought it.
But he left for paternity leave. He had a kid.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it. I was watching We Talk Hawks, and they were talking about some kind of thing going on with him. Not the kid part, right? I didn't know the thing about the kid.
He's probably nicked up, but like it's not stopping him from playing.
He nicked up. You see his percentages he's shooting this year?
Terrible.
He is nicked up. You know what's crazy about Trae Young is if I'm Atlanta, I'm trading him, and I'm keeping Dejounte Murray, and I'm trading him to. I trade Trae Young for Brandon Ingram. Like I trade him for that kind of caliber player.
That'll be great for both sides because they need a point guard.
That's a fact. That's a fair trade.
Love a trade over there. According to the fans, the front office, they love a
trade. You know what's another trade I would do? If New Orleans ever want to break up Zion and Ingram, I would trade Zion for Shea. Yeah, I would call New Orleans.
Hey, look, OKC.
OKC
not moving that boy.
Nah, they not moving that boy.
that boy.
He cold. I ain't gonna. He cold. Hey.
Osor locked him up though.
Osor is a generational defender, bro. We should have known.
That man is like
he gonna be Scottie Pippen, bro.
He's like Iggy mixed.
Yeah, that's exactly who's not. I'm gonna say Sean Marion for now. I ain't gonna say Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen, top 7 small forward of all time. So I don't want to be like outlandish and shit.
Well, not. I'm talking about now. Mind you,
what he's
talking about day one Osor versus day one Scottie.
Oh,
right. I'm not talking about Scottie Pippen in his prime. Right, we got to be reasonable. You know what I'm saying? No dude is walking in the NBA being prime Scottie Pippen, right? We talking about like for instance, day one Osor Thompson is better than day one Scottie, and to me, it's not even close. Right? Scottie needed a year and a half, 2 years before he became an elite defender. IQ. And quite frankly, Scottie Pippen entered the league soft, scary. You know
a lot of his teammates, like Michael said, he had to grow up.
Yeah.
Like Michael was trying to force him to be ready.
Right.
And it took him 3-4 years to figure it out.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Osor has like a feel for the game, and he has a dog mentality. He's not soft. You can't be soft averaging 5 offensive rebounds at 6.
Would you trade Grimes for him right now?
I trade mad players on this team for him right now.
Would you trade quickly for him right now?
All of them.
Not RJ though. You ain't
not RJ, but all the rest of them.
But can you imagine him next to RJ though? Because if RJ's a top 5 defender, and you add Osor Thompson,
oh god,
Osor is 6'6", but he plays like he's 6'10".
Nah, he's 6'7", strong 6'7".
Yeah, man. Can you imagine those two and Mitch?
Oof.
No fly zone.
And bro, and for that reason right there, I'm telling you, the Knicks front office, and I know they watch. You know they watch everything we do, right? Right. This is the thing. They watch everything we do. They got whatever.
People love to say that nobody pays attention. No, they
right. But my thing is this, bro. If you the Knicks and you didn't even consider, trading up to get Anthony Black. I mean, come on. What are we doing?
Freezie, we don't do 6'7" fluid athletes that can pass, dribble, and
Hyper
shoot.
athletes that's dogs
No,
on defense? Oh,
no,
we
we
don't
don't
need
do
that?
that. No. We get guys with biblical names.
Knicks gotta give me a stealth tank, yeah, man. Give me Cooper Flag, man. Give me one stealth tank.
Oh, you talking about American Kirilenko?
Yeah.
No, he ain't Carolina. He play like he from the projects. He play like he from right. He eat chopped cheeses all day.
Yeah, all day with loose Timberlands on. You know what I'm saying? all day, bro. I feel you, bro, man. But my thing with the Knicks, I like the team where we at. We just don't. I don't think we have the button presser to get everything we need.
We
out
missing
of
a
this
couple seasons.
Nah, we missing a tall wing. That's all. We missing a Scotty Barnes, a Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner.
All the guys we could have had. We missing one of those guys.
We don't have anyone that's tall for their position. We don't have anyone that's tall for their position. Franz is Franz is a 6'10" two guard.
Yeah.
Randall would have loved Franz Wagner, bro.
Oh my goodness.
He would have loved Scotty, but I think he probably would have loved Franz Wagner even more. Scotty would have took the ball out of his hands. You have to give the offense to Scotty if you wanted that to work.
If you want Scotty to reach a ceiling, you got to give him a rock.
Shit, Scotty played a two guard right now.
Yeah. and then too, when I remember in that Monday game where our offense broke down and we looked crazy for like a quarter and a half. You could have gave Scotty Barnes the entire offense for that quarter and a half.
Oh yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
Run it through him, yo.
Yeah. That's what we missing, man. That and so Dre, that's what I've been saying since day one that we had Jalen Brunson. We don't have a secondary playmaker with Jalen Brunson.
No, we do. You mean a tertiary?
A tertiary.
Nope.
A tertiary. Because RJ can create.
No,
right.
Yeah.
Right. But
pistol reactions. But it's not like it's a focal point of the offense. He's just like a change-up pitch.
Right.
Brunson and Randall is the fastball, RJ the change-up.
What I'm saying is this though, y'all. We needed a guy in between all those guys that can play make. So you know the reason why Jalen Brunson doesn't shoot a lot of threes is because we don't have a playmaker that can get him the ball in spot up situations.
Besides RJ and Quickly.
But the thing about it is,
them together enough.
But that's what I was gonna say. But they don't play them together because Josh Hart gets so many minutes. And DiVincenzo gets so many minutes. So it take away from the efficiency that would be there. Because and I understand what Tibbs is doing. He's like, yo, I can only play that unit together for certain spurts because if I separate them and have lineups with Brunson and Randall and no RJ, and then Brunson and RJ and no Randall, and then RJ and Randall and no Brunson, you're not really gonna get the best because you got to stagger them, right? But if you had somebody in between them, like
but this is where
Brandon Ingram.
But this is where we wanted to see this growth from Grimes.
Yeah.
But they got him in the corner like he Bodie.
Yo,
Dre, he a corner boy, so they just got him sitting there and not initiating anything.
Dre,
so
what you looking for from Grimes, Dre?
It doesn't exist.
If he was Mr. Fantastic and he could grow to like 6'10", then we'll be fine. We'll be good. Me and Freezie we'll be shutting up or we'll be fanning.
Right. So if he was Franz Wagner, that's what you said.
But, well, yeah, I think the perfect fit for us now would be Trey Murphy III.
Oh God,
right? Because because that dude's gonna knock down open threes
at
like a 44% clip. He's gonna be your best defender. He's gonna be your best finisher at the rim. And on those nights where you all playing Jason Tatum,
You throw him on him and don't even think about it. If
I just
Tatum gets his 40, it's because he's that good. That's
right.
the point.
But we prefer Quentin Grimes.
Management preferred it. You know what came out last summer? He's untouchable. I ran with that narrative, and I'm still trying to figure out why and who labeled him. We all know who labeled him untouchable.
Right.
You know how I know we all know? Because that same said coach did some greaseball kind of ish when it came to Cam Reddish and it came to other players. So we know who made Quentin Ntilikina untouchable.
Right.
Now is Quentin Ntilikina showing you, is he untouchable this season?
He's not showing you, but at the same time, if you're going to speak for him, you better put him in positions to succeed and thrive. And I don't think he's even doing that. Like you want Grimes to be this, that, and the third, right? If you think of that in your mind, then throw him out there, roll the ball out, let him initiate some offense. Like, we're not gonna do that. Partially is because Grimes ain't ready. Partially is Tibbs is afraid. He's afraid. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, State. You don't get the RJ you have right now without RJ making those mistakes in his first 3 years, 4 years. You simply don't get that. And in Tibbs' mind, only certain guys are allowed to make mistakes over and over and grow from them. Grimes is never gonna grow if you just keep him in the corner. Like, if you gonna run stuff through Grimes and let him grow, he's gonna make mistakes. But Tibbs is like, yo, only 3 guys on this team are allowed to make mistakes. Really, two guys. Really, only 2. If we're keeping it a buck, because we already seen a bunch of times RJ don't finish games out, even when he's playing optimally. So like, when we talk about these things, and you trying to make guys better, you trying to raise the ceiling of a guy, Tibbs will raise the hell out of your floor.
Yep.
But your ceiling, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. So when we talk about Grimes, you got to use the perspective of like, yo, Grimes literally did not play until like 5 guys got hurt and got sick in that COVID season.
Yo, Freezie, I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving work. Peace I gotta I gotta come back to work tomorrow. I'm a little mad at that, but Thanksgiving is coming up. Freezie, it was nice talking to you, man. Yeah, now that I know it's official, you definitely gonna see Die Hard Knicks, Die Hard State of Mind coming soon. I gotta hit up Eru, let him know these developments. Appreciate you, man. You got me through my work shift. Sure. I'm gonna be on more of these now that I know
that it actually work.
Yes. So you'll definitely be seeing me more like 2 years ago. But shout outs to y'all, man. Dre, still a real AD. The chat too. Listen, man, I'm just like Freezie when it comes to this. You call me stupid, dummy, none of that affects me no more. Like it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, bro. We gotta get Hadouken. I gotta find Hadouken, bro.
Yeah, I got you. I find them within the next 24 hours. Promise.
Right. That's the OG RJ stand.
Man. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna definitely find them for y'all. For sure.
All right, boss. Yeah. There it is in a nutshell. Tibbs got out coached. The front office has a plan that nobody knows about. Knicks fans want a star. We got to win tonight. Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is.
I think we win tonight even without RJ. Like, our team is literally built around defending pick and roll basketball, and that's all they do over here. That's what our team is built around. Fire ants that want to scramble and help, fight through screens, and Mitch that can cover the lob and protect the paint. That's what we built to do.
Right.
So I think we're gonna stifle that offense a bit better than we did last time.
Ooh. Okay.
Granted, of course, it's gonna be tougher without RJ. So in the chat, of course, it's gonna be tougher without RJ. But I think
Definitely.
it's funny. I think we built our team solely to stop Trae Young over the last 3 years.
Right.
But it stopping Trae Young is not getting you a title because he's not getting to a title. So I don't.
Right.
you
Right.
gotta you gotta build your team and stop big wings, not point guards, not small point guards.
Right. So we're in a weird situation. Yeah.
We're in a cocoon like state right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
But we don't
man.
know what's coming out of the cocoon. We don't know if it's gonna be a moth or a butterfly.
Yeah, that's what yeah. So we're in a we in a
We in a cocoon, Freezy.
yeah. All right, well, that's all I got, bro. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to get some work done before the sun come up, man. Send some stuff off, and then
Gotta pay the bills, man. Pay the bills.
gotta pay the bills, man. Um, um, eh, um, honestly, before I go, I don't even know. And when I watch the Knicks, I don't know what superstar I would even, or what star, or what emerging star I would even be interested in bringing to New York at this point.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. If we go for a star, probably Randall or Brunson would have to go.
It'd probably be Randall.
Yeah.
It'll probably be Randall. And then the star we get will probably be a wing player.
Yeah.
And then we'll be in the same situation, too small. Right?
Well, we'll be too small because we won't flank that wing player with other wing players.
We'll probably
Just
send Randall to Chicago for Zach LaVine.
Oh no. Don't.
And then be like, we're too small. Yeah.
We're gonna have a team just full of combo guards.
I would do it, bro. I would consider LaVine and Caruso or LaVine and Pat Williams for Randall and something. Randall and Fournier.
God. I don't know if I would do that for you.
Right.
I wouldn't do that because I don't think it's enough to,
Right.
I guess, get to the next step. Like, be okay. Like, we might win some games,
Right.
but I don't think that puts the fear in anybody's heart in the East.
No.
No.
I like the idea of getting Patrick Williams, though. I like that idea.
I too like the idea of it, but if you're looking at his stats, it looks like he's going the route of Cam Reddish right now.
Yeah.
Well, on his first team, not
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
looking too good for him right now. Like he's literally shooting terrible percentages, and he's getting benched right now. So
Yep.
he just looks like uninvolved, or I don't want to say apathetic, but he's just not mentally
Trash.
anymore. Yeah.
He is
I didn't
trash.
want to say trash, but he has all the
Right.
makings, the physical makings
Right.
of a top-notch player, but the mental aspect is very important. I don't think he has it.
His handles have gotten way better.
But the other part stands.
But the shooting.
He can hit it. He can be a spot-up shooter, catch and shoot guy, but
Creating.
he's not the claw. As built out to be.
No. And his defense may be overrated.
Yeah, it is. He's plotting. Like he's not as fast as like young Kawhi.
Right.
Because young Kawhi could guard 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s.
I think my man, I ain't gonna lie. I think my man put on too much weight.
You think so?
Yes. I think this dude is like 240.
That's too much. He's only 22 still. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's only 22.
He
got drafted at 215. He's definitely not no 215 no more.
No. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, let me get out of here, man. I'm gonna go. Thank y'all for watching. The Mets just hired a manager.
Yeah, I saw the interview.
Chicago is entertaining. Chicago Bears fans are thinking, would you trade Justin Fields for Zach Wilson?
What?
Hmm.
You wouldn't do that. I know you wouldn't do that. You can get a much better return than that for Justin Fields. Yeah, you can get a better return than Zach Wilson for Justin Fields. You can get something that can help you win games.
Bears fans want Drake May.
Atlanta might give you something for Justin Fields. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Atlanta
Might actually give you something for Justin Fields.
I would love if Atlanta gave us Drake London or Justin Fields straight up.
Oh, they don't. Man, they got all.
They don't throw him the ball. No way. I mean, what?
They got Drake London. They got that tight end that's not getting the ball.
Kyle Pitts.
Oh my God.
Who they don't throw the football to?
Kyle Pitts really a wide receiver. Just a big ass wide receiver.
So was Drake London. Yeah, I mean, if we keep it in a stack.
Yeah,
I mean, Drake London is 6'5", bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't even give Bijan Robinson. They don't even run the ball.
They made him a punt returner for you in the last game. They made Bijan Robinson a punt returner.
Yes,
that coach don't know what he's doing. They couldn't find a way to get him on the field, so they made him a punt returner.
And then the dude that's taking his carries at one point was averaging 3.5 yards a carry.
And the coach was like, "Yo,
he's the hot man.
Yeah, he's a good short yardage back when he's actually worse than Bijan in short yardage statistically."
Yeah, it just go to show, bro. Coaches don't know what the hell they be talking about, man.
Everybody wants to be the smartest in the room.
Yeah.
And if someone corrects them, they ain't trying to hear that at all.
Right. And what I learned is anybody that tells you they're the smartest in the room, they're the village idiot.
Freezie. Tibbs told us he watches the film more than everyone.
Right.
And he's definitely forgot more basketball than we know.
Right.
But I think part of it is ego, where he doesn't want to acknowledge if someone outside of his coaching staff, or even in his coaching staff, he doesn't want to acknowledge it. He has to figure it out on his own. He has to make those changes on his own.
Right. But being intelligent and being a good decision maker are two separate things.
Yeah.
Like, just because you know what to do doesn't mean that you're going to do the right thing.
Or apply it.
Yep.
It's ego.
So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna holler at everybody, man, so I can get this stuff done, man.
Shout out to DSJ.
DSJ. Yep. All right.